Hold on. That's not going well at all. Slightly broken reality right about now. Oh, no, reality's not. Oh, fucking hell. What's wrong with you? Also, you can probably hear my fucking phone echoing. Why is it not? What's wrong with it? One moment. Ow, shit. The fucking green screen is choosing not to be a very good green screen right about now. Ow. Fucking cast. Okay, tighten you. Right. What's the problem? Look at it. Why is it being... Why are you being a bell end? Literally, what is the matter with you? Just stay there. What's wrong with you? Why is that so fucking hard to achieve? Why is it so droopy as well? It's literally just drooping to that side. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't get why it's so droopy all of a sudden. Unless it just needs to be closer. What's wrong with it? Genuinely, I don't get what's happened here. Is it just slightly droopy? Yeah, it's slightly heavier on this side. It's weird. Alright, you know what, I'll just fix it real quick, I'll be right back. Yeah, you guys can just hear me whilst I fix it. I think it's because there's too much fabric on the left-hand side, so it's like very, far left heavy, it's surely that'll fix it. Like, pretty much all of the fabric, or most of the fabric, is on the right-hand side. Should fix the problem, no? That's how it usually works. What did you think of GTA 6's trailer? Didn't even watch it, I don't give a flying fuck about Grand Theft Auto. At the end of the... Oops. Whoopsie daisy. At the end of the day, Grand Theft Auto is just not really my thing. I don't really care about the game. At the end of the day, like, it's a sequel to a game that's over 13 years old, and it keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed. I just think the game's gonna drop and it's gonna be shit. Like, all of this, the problem is that when you have this much hype for a game, like, I think it's just going to be a Sonic 06 scenario where the chances of it succeeding is laughable at best. And speaking of laughable, I don't know why that's deciding to not work. I have a sneaking suspicion it's because my camera is aimed too high at the sky. There we go. Tech issues are abundant, as they say. Ow. Fucking wrist. Bruh, is that Doctor Who slander in the chat? I better not be seeing Doctor Who slander in the chat. Oh shit, hold on.
Happy early birthday, Rift.
Hey, happy birthday to me. Thank you. I haven't looked at it yet. I will do though. Oh, fucking wrist, man. Holy shit, Bankai, thank you for the $20. That's insane. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. That's insane. I know it wasn't much. Mate, $20 is insane. You didn't have to do that. That was more than enough. Genuinely. Yeah, I feel like the Doctor versus Sonic could actually be a pretty decent fight. That's the one that I'm gonna be doing soon. Like, on the channel, I think I'm gonna do the Doctor versus Sonic. And then I'm gonna avoid the comment section, because I have a sneaking suspicion I'll piss off quite a few people with that fight. Flubbles. Alright, that being said though, I think we are good to go. There's not really much else I can think of, so... Now, is the Doctor so powerful? He is that guy. Sonic's better written. Nah, I feel like the Doctor's better written at his peak. Oh, I've done that. Fucking wrist. There we go. Right, I guess we'll have a look at the, let's probably... We'll take a look at the, Sonic vs. Mario one, because that's probably... That's probably the most infamous one, that Deathbattle's done. Where's Puffer? He's just chilling right next to me. He's just solving all of Trump's tariff problems. He's just sat there. He's, sorting out world debt.
Is this possible?
Huh? Should I watch Doctor Who? If you start with season 1 with Christopher Eccleston, yeah, I think you should probably, like, it's really good. If you can, like, the CGI is not very good at times, but, like, I think it's really, really good for the writing and stuff. Right, yeah, right, hold on, where is it?
Strange alternate version of Earth, humans coexist with anthropomorphic animals. But this world has been assailed over and over by the vile Dr. Ivo Robotnik, otherwise known as Eggman.
Why the heck does he need such a dumb alias when he's already got a name as cool sounding as Robotnik?
But hope persisted. Whenever the Eggman hatched a scheme, one did not have to wait long for a certain blue streak to speed by. This was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Haha, he said the thing.
Fastest thing alive!
While Sonic has a superhuman physique overall, speed is his speciality. In fact, superhuman speed is a natural trait for the anthropomorphic hedgehog, though Sonic's ability—
As Jeremy Clarkson said it best, speed and power. Speed is good for business.
are far superior to his kin.
Wait a minute, all hedgehogs have super speed? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, real hedgehogs are also nocturnal, not blue, and when they try to make friends with foxes, they get eaten. So I don't think Sega cares.
Alright then, to stop Eggman from turning all his animal pals into batteries, Sonic cranked up that speed and weaponized it. He can crush his enemies with the spinner.
I feel like I should probably just skip to the ending, where they, like, give reasons as to why he, like, wins or loses. Like, I just don't find them entertaining.
Yeah, I think that would be a
multiple
lot better.
times with the homing attack.
I find a lot of Screw Attack shit to be pretty cringy, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the stuff down there, you can tell people just don't watch the freaking fight and just skip to the end.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably do that.
Yeah, let's
Zero.
Like, I just find Screw Attack to be so fucking cringy.
Sonic boom instantly with the super peel out and plow through hordes of badniks with the spin dash. Holy crap! I think this guy would just like vomit all the
I
time.
mean, Wiz is
He's also
fine.
used a
I
number
think
of power-ups.
Doomslayer
Oh, hold
is by
on,
far the
hold
most
on. I
cringy.
think he talks about speed here.
Even a demonic hungry hippo.
But before we delve any further, there is something vital which we need to discuss. It's time to figure out Sonic's speed.
Oh joy, oh good, I can't wait.
Oh boy, here we go.
While he has boasted that he is faster than light, Sonic has yet to prove this in canon without the aid of additional equipment or power-ups.
Oh damn, yeah. He's definitely yet to prove it. Totally.
Oh yeah, like when he connects to a trail of rings. But you can't take his bragging too seriously. He's still got some of that radical 90s attitude.
I'm out of here.
The highest official description of Sonic's speed labels him as hypersonic, or somewhere between Mach 5 and Mach 10. This actually isn't too far-fetched. The game Sonic Unleashed records his speed, and he can reach a maximum around 3,500, SPD.
Sonic, he's got an STD. Sonic, it burns when he pees.
How do people watch this shit, genuinely?
The game's Japanese development, that puts Sonic's top speed over
Couldn't I tell you?
7,872 miles per
I'm trying so
Like I
hard
said, when
not
I-
to say what I have in my head. Hey, Drunken Goo,
This
thank you.
fight
Just say it,
was
you know you want
the
to.
hell out of them, and Mario's character was done bad in the
Don't
fight
skip the
itself.
fight. No, I am gonna skip the
Decent
fight, because the
animation.
fight's irrelevant. They even say themselves the fight is irrelevant. They literally say the fight is just for entertainment purposes, like they don't... The fight is literally irrelevant. Drunken Goo, thank you for the $5. This fight screwed both by lowballing the hell out of them. Mario's character was done bad in the fight itself. Decent animation, though. So, in Sonic and the Secret Rings...
per hour. Over 10 times the speed of sound, and just over the official hypersonic description.
So, is that it?
Well, it's possible, no, likely, that he's faster. In TV shows closely tied to the games, Sonic has dodged meteors, did this with a 10,000 frame per second camera.
So why are they compositing, like, the shows and the games? Like, why are they including the Boom cartoon and the Sonic X cartoon? Like, I feel like at this point, they may as well just include the fucking Archie comics. Like, if they're genuinely, like, including all this shit.
camera, and even outran lightning. All of which implies that he can move and react around 200 to 300
Like, they're
Archie
literally
Sonic gets his own
compositing him
video
and not
lyrics.
compositing him correctly.
times the speed of sound.
How about that one time he caught up to a cyan wisp? He said that thing's almost as fast as him, even without its laser mode.
That's right.
Oh, fuck this. We get the point. Right.
Whoa! How did that happen? I know Nintendo won the console wars, but I really seem to remember Sonic having this one in the bag.
I'm sure Sonic could have won in specific
Oh,
circumstances,
they gave him Hypersonic and he's... Fucking hell.
but more times than not, Mario takes the victory. Keep in mind this analysis was done with a focus on the games and their closely tied media.
Meanwhile, you show,
Oh, bullshit.
Meanwhile, you show the fucking cartoons for Sonic. Archie Comics' version of Sonic has feats surpassing his game iteration. The histories and abilities of Archie and game continuity are too different. Really? Yet you include Sonic X and, like, the Sonic OVA movie and the Sonic Boom game. The Sonic Boom series.
excluding alternate contrary sources like the Archie comics or the Mario Brothers movie, where Mario and Sonic are essentially entirely different characters from their gaming counterparts.
Sonic had speed in the bag, obviously, but Mario was way too tough for him.
Their top strength feats paint this picture very
Oh wow, feats from the games shows feats from the Sonic OVA movie. Damn, crazy. Like, they're literally just... People pay money to this company. People get paid to research for this fucking company.
Like, also, the like to dislike ratio is pretty depressing.
Like, people get paid for this company, and they still are fucking useless.
very clearly.
But I know what you're thinking. What?
Sonic could not use Chaos Control to travel back in time to the start of the fight, so he requires a second individual to perform that technique. That is technically true, but if he has all 7 Chaos Emeralds, it technically doesn't matter. In contrast, Mario has several items that could reset the fight. I mean, Sonic has all 7 Chaos Emeralds, so I'm fairly certain he should be able to time travel, since it only requires 2 of them to do so.
Good as Mario's strength if he couldn't even hit the blue blur.
Has he
He's
used
way
those
too
7
fast,
Chaos Emeralds to reverse time?
Well, no, but it only requires 2 Chaos Emeralds to time travel, so it's like if he has all 7, I'm fairly certain he can do it.
He's
Yeah,
way
thanks for that,
Fan of
06.
the Ninth Doctor and
I will say that this animation of Sonic is pretty cool. Like, it's pretty cool that they use, like, classic Sonic's design, but with, like, modern Sonic's, like, mannerisms. I mean, that's pretty cool. Pimp Demon, thank you for the $5. If you're a fan of the Ninth Doctor and you want more stuff with him, go listen to Big Finish. Yeah, Big Finish is pretty awesome. Look, Big Finish is pretty sick.
too fast, right?
Yes!
Wait, who said that Hypersonic's weak? What? Someone in chat just said Hypersonic is not weak. Wait, what? Hypersonic, that form is weak. I mean, classic Hypersonic is pretty fodder, but, like, if you're operating under the assumption it's modern Hypersonic, like...
Yes and no. While Mario obviously couldn't match Sonic's relativistic top-running speeds, he's moved efficiently as a bolt of electricity and piloted the Star Diver. Based on our calculations, this puts him at the same level as Sonic's own reactionary feats. Since Mario was tough enough to tank almost anything Sonic could throw at him, it was only a matter of time before he tagged the blue blur with a deadly blow.
But what about
I mean, I don't really want to talk about Hypersonic being weak, I just want to talk about how he's a shit transformation. Like, I'm glad he hasn't returned. Like, fuck Hypersonic. I hate what he represents. I hate the idea of a transformation that's just better than Supersonic in every single way and just replaces him. I hate that. They do that shit in Dragon Ball and I hate it.
Supersonic 2 and Cyber Supersonic.
Yeah, that's the same transformation, but powered up. Hypersonic is literally a different transformation. I hate it in Dragon Ball. It's like they literally just replace transformations with new ones. I hate it.
I like the what they had in Dragon Ball Z, but in Super, yeah, I 100% agree. So,
like, I just hate the idea of having
it.
a transformation that's objectively better than others.
And yet, it's not properly shown its power. It's supposedly more powerful than, like, the Super Saiyan transformations, and yet it's still fucking fodder to the new Emojis.
It's like, the reason why I think Cyber Supersonic is the exception is because it's technically supersonic, it's just that he's powered up, and he actually, like, earned it.
Chaos Control? Couldn't
Personally, I'm
just
still
stop
not convinced
time
that's a transformation, but sure.
and take care of things, what?
It's heavily implied he knows how to, but Sonic has never actually used the time stop ability in canon. Even then, Mario's stopwatch does the same thing, putting them on equal footing.
Ah, don't do that! Where's my wallet?
Actually, most of Mario and Sonic's power-ups countered each other in this way. Mario even had plenty of options for defending against Sonic's invincible super forms. But Mario also had a much wider variety of power-ups, offering multiple ways to overpower Sonic. For example, he could have frozen Sonic solid, or even turned him into gold. His arsenal would always outlast Sonic's because he's been shown to carry more of them on his person.
It's like, I just don't get why people make this argument. It's like, what the fuck are all of these abilities gonna do? Like, realistically. It's like, I feel like a lot of the times when people bring up Mario's abilities, it's largely just like a no-limits fallacy for them. It's like, okay, So he has all of these abilities. You're operating under the assumption the abilities, like, scale off of him, or scale off of, like, the top tiers of the verse. It's like, I don't really... Like, I feel like it's, literally just, like, versatility and nothing else. I don't know. I just...
I think the other issue is, you know, Mario would have to hit fucking Sonic with these abilities,
Even then, Mario's
which we both
durability...
know he could not do.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Scaling to Donkey Kong's Moon Punch makes Mario comparable to Dark Gaia, who Super Sonic could not defeat without aid. Oh, I'm just gonna let that sentence speak for itself.
He blew Sonic's out of the water. Even if we assume the 200 kiloton stalactite feat was entirely Sonic's doing, Mario survived an explosion that was 12 times
Again,
more
that's movie
powerful.
scaling,
Simply
not
put,
video game
Sonic
scaling.
didn't have a lot of viable options that could take Mario down for...
Defeating Solaris and Time Eater does not automatically put Sonic at universal levels, particularly since those enemies' universally threatening capabilities stem from powers Sonic does not possess. So he beats universal characters, but that doesn't make him universal. Okay. Like, okay, like, sure, buddy.
Good.
I always knew Sonic was impressive, but Mario is just ridiculous. Probably that mustache.
Sonic was obviously incredibly fast, but he couldn't compete with Mario's superior strength, durability, and varied arsenal.
He got Mario'd.
After 100 episodes, you still can't think of a good pun?
No, but now they can see me do this. Ah, check it out, Wiz.
The winner is
I
Mario.
think that speaks for itself right there.
Yeah, this is like I don't get how people can watch this shit, to be honest. Like, putting aside the fight, like, I just think they're just ridiculously cringy, to be honest. But yeah, it's like I don't understand why they think transmutation is a GG. It's like, also I'd love for him to do that against the Doctor, the character who has literally beaten Toon Force characters before. Like, yeah, try turning him into a gold coin, you Italian fuck. Alright, let's see what other ones we've got. I
gotta take off right now, so anyway, happy early birthday, Rift.
Yeah, thank you. You're probably
No
gonna
problem.
get the
See you
opportunity to say it again, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Let's take a
Alright,
look at the
see you
Shadow
later.
versus Vegeta one, because that's one that I've legit never seen. Like a couple... Oh, there's a playlist with all of them. That's handy. Yeah, it's like, I've seen quite a lot of these. I've never seen this one, though. Holy shit, this looks like a very old one. So this was 2012 or 2011, something like that. Wait, do they actually not give a reasoning as to who wins? You kidding me?
Fight the best to do so, even allowing his opponents to reach power levels much greater than his own.
Do they seriously
Shadow's
not give
initial
reasons
purpose was
why-
to provide genes capable of curing the deathly ill, specifically Gerald's granddaughter Maria. But before Shadow could be shared with the world, tragedy struck.
Shadow
This-
dies via super running out.
Well, shit. That's pretty stupid. Thank you for the $2 though, it means a lot.
Shadow went crazy and tried to destroy the Earth for revenge, but he ended up saving the day instead. Though people are still getting sick on Earth, so I guess he kind of forgot about that whole living cure thing, huh?
Shadow can move at hypersonic speeds and survive underwater and in space.
He's even tough enough to
We Sonic might be fast, but he can't keep up with our bullshit and our stupidity, haha. I started that birthday thing, I regret nothing.
Yeah, it means a lot, thank you very much. Thank you for the $5 once again.
survive a fall to the Earth from the moon, and that's one long-ass fall.
Isn't supersonic a null limits fallacy? How is it a null limits fallacy? It's like, yeah, if people claim that supersonic is invincible, he can't take damage, like, yeah, that's a null limits fallacy, but...
Well, it wasn't exactly the moon, but Shadow survived a fall of about 200,000 miles. By the time he hit the ground, he was falling at a rate of over 6 million feet per second.
I feel sorry for whatever was around when he landed. Some guy just walking along there. Oh my god!
Right, Shadow possesses a natural link to the Chaos Force.
They do, just not in the form. You'll have to watch the full episode. Wait, so is this not the full episode? Which one is the full episode, then? I mean, Unremarkable debunked it, but I don't know if this is, like... Oh, this is the full episode. Wow.
Shadow wears 2 inhibitor rings, which restrict his access to the Chaos Force to maintain control. Should he remove them, his power increases immensely, but is somewhat uncontrollable and quickly tires him out.
His Chaos power also increases depending on the number
It
of
starts
Chaos
on-
Emeralds he has. And when he gets 7 of them, he goes super.
Super Shadow is the pinnacle of his powers, receiving a 1000% increase.
He can fly, move near the speed of
Whoa,
light.
whoa, whoa. When the fuck is that confirmed? When is that ever confirmed in the games that it's a 1000 power increase? I feel like that's just bullshit.
And is totally invincible.
Despite this, Shadow's super form can only last a few minutes.
But considering his super speed, a short time to him is a long time to his opponents.
That's not all. I'm full of surprises.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all. Oh wait, let me get a new book first.
An audiobook?
From audible.com.
For people who are back to normal, giving Vegeta the opening.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, they actually did give a reasoning. Hold on.
Trick teleport.
Uh-oh.
Sayonara.
Super forms grow stronger with the reason. Yeah, exactly. The sources that they made it the fuck up. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, super forms grow stronger over time. Like, evidence being, like, in the games with Sonic. It's like, his weaker perfect, his weaker super form, scaled to perfect chaos, and then, like, his modern base form scaled to perfect chaos. So logically, his super form would have to be, like, way stronger. Other evidence is in, like, Sonic Frontiers with Giganto. Where Giganto, like, scales above, like, infinite and stuff.
Oh, somebody call PETA, we're down a hedgehog!
With Super Shadow's godly power and invulnerability, the question wasn't if Vegeta could kill Shadow, it was if Vegeta could survive Super Shadow.
But Vegeta's proven time after time he can take one hell of a beating, and lasted long enough for Shadow to turn back to normal, giving Vegeta the opening he needed.
His loud mouth certainly helped the minutes pass too.
Looks like Shadow's time was up.
The winner is Vegeta.
That's such a lousy, like, reasoning, though. Like, not gonna lie, like, Jesus. That's genuinely such terrible reasoning. Like, oh, he wins just because he outlasts him. Man. I'm not too sure how I feel about that one. It feels like that one was over too quickly. Like, that felt, like, not very satisfying at all. Vegeta, I'm doing good, thanks, how are you? Let's see if they actually get, let's see if they get Shadow a little bit better with this video.
Was dying as a result of neuroimmune deficiency syndrome.
Now that I think about it, Project Shadow is a pretty scary name for a program that's all about curing diseases and saving humanity.
Maybe it has something to do with the program's secret pact with a hive mind alien race called the Black Arms. Perhaps.
Okay. So what do you get when you take immortality, the cure of all diseases, aliens, and put them all together to make the ultimate life form? You get a hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog was the first step toward a perfect future. And during his time in Gerald's space laboratory, Shadow and Maria grew very close.
Until they were separated by a bullet. Turns out the governments of the world weren't too fond of all the evil alien business, so they stormed the place, captured Shadow, and killed Maria right in front of him. 50 years later, Shadow escaped and decided to take his revenge by just killing everyone. Until he remembered Maria's last words were pretty much, "Don't be a dick," so he changed his mind.
Now on the side of good, Shadow dedicated himself to protecting the world from the forces of evil.
Turns out fighting the bad guys isn't too hard when you've got super strength, super speed, helped along by some awesome rocket shoes, and a bucket of deadly chaos powers.
By channeling the potentially unlimited power of the Chaos Emeralds, Shadow can enhance physical attacks, heal over time, and strike with powerful energy blasts. And with the power of Chaos Control, he can warp through space and distort time, slowing it down to a crawl, or with enough power, freezing it completely.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty obvious that Shadow bullies Mewtwo. It's like, the Pokemon verse is kinda underrated when it comes to power levels. Like, there are people who act like Pokemon get washed by, like, live-action characters. It's like, Pokemon is very powerful, but, like, Shadow bullies
He
fucking
can only
Mewtwo.
contain it all with 2 inhibitor rings around his wrists. Unless he gets all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which he can use to transform into a Super Saiyan Shadow. Super Shadow, yeah. As Super Shadow, he is completely invulnerable, can move at the speed of light, and has unlimited access to the power of the Chaos Emeralds.
Enough power to stop the Space Colony Ark's collision with Earth, and to teleport a giant comet the size of a city. Assuming this rocket...
See, again, this is something that... Oh, shit, hold on.
Concrete as
See, again, it's shit like this, where it's like, form duration limited by time, average duration 50 seconds. It's like, when is that ever confirmed to be canon in the games? That it's only 50 seconds. It's like... I feel like that's literally just a gameplay mechanic. They look at the ring timer and it slowly ticks down. When, in reality, that's not how it works.
Colony Ark's collision with Earth, and to teleport a giant comet the size of a city.
Especially for Shadow, of all people, because it's like, the reason why it's rings is because of the chaos energy from the rings. Meanwhile, you have Shadow, who's, like, more known for using chaos powers than Sonic. So, like, if anything, Shadow's super form should, in theory at least, last longer than Sonic's.
Assuming this rock is half hollow and using the density of concrete as minimum base, this black comet must weigh at least 915 million tons.
Even without his super form, Shadow is powerful enough to wipe out an entire alien fleet in one blast, fast enough to reach hypersonic speeds, and strong enough to play tug-
I fucking hate the hypersonic, like, fuck right off with the hypersonic shit, like, it's so...
war with a giant space monster who is so big, he uses a planet a tenth the size of our moon as a chair. Naturally, when you've got this much power, you're probably a cocky dick.
Yes, Shadow is excessively overconfident in his abilities. Also, he has a terrible memory.
This guy spent most of his life wondering who the hell he is. And even when he does remember, he usually winds up losing his memories later anyway. To be fair, if I fell from outer space and all I lost were my memories, I'd consider it a really good day. I mean, I lose them from just falling over at the bar.
That's probably not because of the fall. Also, we can't forget that the Super Shadow form only lasts so long.
Then again,
Vegeta just outclasses Shadow? Probably not, to be fair. It kind of depends on which version of Shadow you use. But it's like, I feel like at the time they made the video, you could possibly argue that, but it's like, I feel like now, you could argue that Shadow has surpassed Vegeta.
when you move at light speed and have control over space and time, who cares about time limits?
Not usually a problem for the ultimate life form.
Many years ago, Professor Gerald Robotnik endowed me with the power of chaos control. A normal creature like yourself doesn't stand a chance against me.
See, again, it's shit like that where it's, like, crazy. Where it's like, okay, he's faster than light, but he also has control over time and space. It's like, okay, so how is he not immeasurable? Or inaccessible?
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate.
Like, yeah, I agree that Shadow is very overhyped in terms of power, but, like... let's see what their reasoning is.
We started Deathbattle, I don't think we ever expected to see someone die by spoon.
Yeah, Shadow may have had the advantage in pure speed and power.
Okay, so... If they're giving him Mega Mewtwo, which I feel like he is, based off his design, which makes sense, because this video came out, what, 2016, 2017? And obviously X and Y came out in 2013. I feel like... Mewtwo, you could get him to pretty high levels. Because it's like, even in base, he could create his own realm, which had constellations of stars. So it's like, even in base, Mewtwo is around solar system. And then with his Mega form, he's closer to Galaxy or Universal. Because I'm fairly certain he fought, like, Zygarde at his full power or some shit. Like, Zygarde is a universal threat. So it's like, he's not fodder. Like, Mewtwo is hella underrated. Like, the idea that Pokemon caps at planetary is absolutely ludicrous. But it's like, when you have Shadow, where even in base form during Generations, he was, like, somewhat on equal footing with Sonic. And it's like, that same version of Sonic in, like, what's his face? Like, Sonic, even during the events of Secret Rings, which is a much weaker version of Sonic, at significantly less than 50% of his power, in base form, could still beat, like, the Eraser Jin, who was, like, a universal tier character. It's like, I don't really know, like even if you overhype Mewtwo and give him his Mega form, it's like, base Shadow should still keep up with him.
But this time, Rain defeated Brawn.
Mewtwo got the rundown on all Shadow's abilities simply by reading his mind, giving it the knowledge it needed to counter or avoid crazy powers like Chaos Control.
Ultimately, there was nothing really stopping Mewtwo from just taking over Shadow's mind, and its impressive durability and healing power bought it enough time to do so.
Pretty hard to win a fight when your opponent can make you forget what you're doing and who you are in an instant.
Shadow has been mind controlled before, and has always relied on outside help to recover. Even while Super Shadow was physically invulnerable, this form didn't protect his mind. Like that time he fell from space, and then the worst game ever happened.
Yeah, Shadow was gonna lose, sooner or later.
The winner is Mewtwo.
It's like, here's the thing, it's like, okay, Shadow can be mind controlled. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't realize Shadow was just gonna sit there and let him get mind controlled. Like, even base Shadow should blitz Mewtwo. Like, the only Pokemon that I think have, like, inaccessible or immeasurable metas are literally the top tiers. Like, Arceus, Dialga, Eternatus, Palkia, Giratina. Like, those are the only ones that I feel like have inaccessible or immeasurable metas. It's like, I feel like even base Shadow should be enough to blitz Mewtwo. Realistically. And it's like, yeah, Mewtwo has pretty impressive hacks, and he could very well be capable of mind-controlling Shadow. But it's like, hacks doesn't really matter if you get blitzed and one-shot. By even the base version of your opponent. Like, I don't really know what to say. It's like, they keep coming up with very creative, dare I say, bullshit ways for these characters to lose. It's like, you don't need to overthink it. You really don't. It's like, okay, this guy has some crazy abilities, well, doesn't matter, he gets blitzed in one shot. It's like, even the games versions of these characters, like, it's really freaking annoying when people, like, Jesus. Like, yeah, like, Mewtwo would beat Shadow if you fucking, like, prevented Shadow from moving. But it's like, even so, it's like, and of course, this potentially came out around the same time as Forces. It's like, Forces, like, Shadow is somewhat comparable to Sonic.
Shadow resisted mind control from Black Doom in base form.
Yeah, it's like he's resisted mind control in the past. Thank you for the $5. But it's like, even, and that was a weaker Shadow as well. So I don't really know. Can someone remind me what feats Shadow has? Well, he's somewhat comparable to Sonic, who... It's like, he's somewhat comparable to Sonic during the events of Generations, and it's like, that version of Sonic is casually universal. Based off of scaling in Secret Rings. And also scaling in, Black Knight, when he takes an absolute beating from the fucking Dark Queen. It's actually insane. I don't really know what I want to watch now, to be honest. Shadow versus Ryuko? The fuck is this one? This one was like a very recent one. genuinely don't think I've seen this one.
Dr. Gerald Robotnik, grandfather. Eh?
Who cares if he's a lizard, hedgehog, squirrel, or whatever, Wiz? All that matters is he's super badass looking, super badass sounding, and is super powered by chaos. Literally.
Shadow's powers are directly tied to those of the Miracle Gem's Chaos Emeralds. He can tap into their power for incredible feats, similar to his Blue Blur rival. Likely for this very reason, he actually possesses many of the same abilities as Sonic.
You know, the guy who's so fast he can almost outrun a black hole?
Spin attacks, homing attacks, spin dashes, etc.
But unlike his blue buddy, Shadow's not afraid to get serious and bust out some lead. Hey Sonic, why use a spin attack when you've got a goddamn gun or a sword as big as you? Look at that thing!
Shut the fuck up.
Chaos Blast.
Chaos Blast.
I'm the coolest.
You know, we made fun of how little clothing Ryuko was wearing, but Shadow's been naked the whole time.
Armed with Senkets, her scissor blades, and her life fiber buffs, Ryuko was definitely a match for Shadow at first.
Yeah, with her awesome strength combined with her insane endurance, Space Form Shadow was in a lot of trouble. But even then, it wasn't a surefire win.
Is the Hypergoon more powerful than a regular black hole? Yes. Much, like, that black hole should be a supersonic tier threat. Based off of statements from Eggman as well as feats from the DS version of Sonic Colors. Like, that black hole is literally, a supersonic tier black hole. Given how powerful Hypergoon energy should be.
For the rocket chick.
Outside of his super form, Shadow never withstood anything on the scale of Ryuko's hole in the life fibers surrounding Earth. At her maximum power, she could have easily dealt a killing blow, if she could catch him. Shadow could keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog, whose race against a black hole proves he can move over 260,000 times faster than sound. Far faster than anything Ryuko's shown, and more than quick enough to slice through a life fiber before it has time to heal.
Once the red and black Hedgehog turned red and gold, Ryuko didn't really have a way to take him down. I mean, Super Shadow's Chaos powers use all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which can move pieces of the Earth around.
Considering Earth's total mass and the
Sonic, Shadow and Metal all share the same record with 1 win and 2 losses.
1 win and 2 losses. Wait, Wisp's a supersonic tier then? If you give them... If you factor in, like, the millions or even billions of Wisps, it's like, yeah, they could possibly be a supersonic tier threat.
speed at which each piece was moved, this would require exerting energy equivalent to 1.6 decillion joules, which translates to over 2,800 zetatons of TNT.
That's a ton of power! A lot more than Ryuko's biggest hits! Even 1 Chaos Emerald is enough to match Ryuko's best! And considering Shadow can match the power of an emerald when he takes off those inhibitors, he had better odds of winning even without going super.
Ryuko put up an amazing fight, one for the ages, but Shadow's unmatched power and speed proved too much for Our Lady in Black and Red.
Hey, he's pretty beat up about it too. Do you know what he said when he was asked what his favorite anime is?
I like the one with the edgy girl and the scissor blade.
It's canon.
Okay, hell. Oh boy. What next?
Thanks to BlueChew for sponsoring this episode.
Sonic and
BlueChew
Flash.
brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and
Archie Comics, the most
I think Sonic vs. Flash is actually one that I'm pretty interested in, because, like, I think you could easily argue Flash beats Sonic. Like, I'm just gonna be straight up. Like, Comics Flash is stupid OP.
supersonic Sonic of all the Sonics. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
and it's our job to analyze their weapons against his life.
But the Flash wasn't all gone. Barry had a sidekick. You might say a protege.
Protege.
Wally West.
Despite the impressive amount of coincidences Barry needed to gain his speed, many others have possessed the powers of the Scarlet Speedster. But for Wally, his own coincidence is unparalleled.
Let's see. president of the Flash fan club, nephew to Flash's girlfriend who introduced him, visited while Flash had a chemical lab set up exactly like it was when he got his powers. Then, just like Barry, Wally got struck by lightning that knocked him into the chemicals and boom, Flash powers. I would say this kid was super lucky, but he did get struck by lightning.
The true reason? Because Speed Force, a dimension of infinite kinetic energy which all Flashes draw their power from.
And the DC writer's favorite scapegoat for retcons.
With his newfound ability, Wally joined Barry's crime-fighting heroics as Kid Flash. Strong of head and light of heart, he was more than a sidekick. He was a surrogate son.
So when Barry went poof, naturally Wally stepped up to be the next Crimson Comet himself.
As the Flash... Stop doing that. Wally obviously possesses incredible speed, easily surpassing that of light. He can run non-stop for multiple days.
Forget running! This guy looks at reality and spits in its face before giving it a swirly.
Wally can manipulate each
The fuck?
and every one of his molecules to, for instance, survive the inside of a black hole. Barry even once regenerated from a cloud of gas.
I bet he never has any trouble with NARBs.
Narbs?
No apparent reason boners? They're devious. Always pumping up where you least expect them.
Wally can create tornadoes, toss lightning, and heal from deadly blows. These techniques are rooted in scientific theory and often require a mathematical mindset. For example, by vibrating his body at very precise frequencies, he can turn invisible, phase through objects, tear things apart while phasing through them, and even enter fourth-dimensional space.
So you're saying he'd never be able to do any of this if he was dumb?
Well, that's exactly what I decided to find out when I laced your beer with cosmic kinetic energy. It'll kick in later. With a touch, Wally can steal another's speed and use it for himself. Specifically, he can take a person's kinetic energy, instantly stopping them in their tracks or even freezing them for centuries, even from those who are not linked to the Speed Force like Superman.
And his infinite mass punch can knock you across the whole planet!
Applying the laws of relativity, as Wally's fist approaches light speed, its mass technically grows to an infinite degree, striking with kinetic energy equivalent to a white dwarf star, or about 2.6 octillion tons of force. In fact, increasing the vibrational speed even further could break the universe.
The biggest nuke ever tested was 50 megatons. One punch from
Technically 58.
Wally is like 40 million of those.
Even more wild, Wally can change his vibration frequencies to affect alien energies that do not exist in his own reality.
It's how he helped take out these aliens called quantum mechanics.
Beings far beyond any physical dimension and immune to ordinary physics.
So, like a prism, Wally changed Superman's heat vision into super space magic to blast them all.
All this is absolutely insane to contemplate, but it is important to remember that Wally is somehow still human.
And a huge dork, but a fun one, not like Wiz over here. I mean, he got married and has kids, so...
Boomstick, I'm married.
What?
To my work. And Wally's family became sort of a cosmic lightning rod rooting him to reality when he time travels. Right? Boomstick, he can time travel. Isn't that fascinating?
I feel like you're trying to give me the runaround. Speaking of which, that's how he time travels, by running.
Should Wally become unmoored, he can...
So I don't understand why they're doing all of that shit, and then they're just like, oh yeah, he's immeasurable. He just runs back and forth through time. It's crazy. Something suicidal is trying to take down Superman.
The Speed Force
Well, it seems to be going pretty well for you in that panel.
itself, even running to the end of reality where the concept
Hey, whoa.
become unmoored, he can outrun the Speed Force itself.
Damn. That actually makes sense. Faster than light and thought, faster than the Speed Force. Jesus. If he is faster than the Speed Force, that is insane.
Even running to the end of reality.
I'm not too sure how that would work, but then again, like, I'm not too sure how the Flash works in general, so... 50 million years into the future, a dot comes into focus behind me. The Black Flash gains a little distance.
where the concept of death no longer exists.
One time, he beat these gambler gods in a race across the universe, and, they could teleport.
To win, Wally achieved trans-time velocity in
Oh, this was Wally. I thought this was Barry who
less
did this.
than 1 unit of Planck time, which is so infinitesimal, it is the absolute edge of measurable time itself. He was so fast, reality does not have any means to calculate or even comprehend his speed.
That's...
I feel like this was a weaker version of Wally West though, because it's like I'm fairly certain he needed prep time to pull off this feat, whereas nowadays he can basically just nowadays he can do really insane shit, but like back then he needed like insane prep time to be able to pull off this feat. Like I'm fairly certain Superman himself needed to like generate kinetic energy just so that Flash could pull off that feat.
Crazy! But for some reason, Wally still felt unworthy of the Flash mantle. Come on, man! Look at everything you can do!
Until one day, Barry returned.
Because Speed Force.
To determine the fastest...
The faster than the Speed Force stuff is out of context.
Faster than the Speed Force stuff is out of context, thanks to the $5. I mean, either way, he does have some pretty insane feats comparable to that. Like, I think the most impressive feat that I can think of for Wally West is taking on, maybe Superboy Prime? Because Prime is insanely OP.
This flash of all, Wally and Barry raced each other. This simple contest nearly tore apart the entire multiverse.
But our kid Flash finally let it all out and won.
Even with those unimaginable feats, Wally's greatest challenge was proving his worth to himself.
He's not just another Flash, he's the fastest being in the multiverse.
Dude, as soon as you finish your drink, turn yourself in.
Got me again, Flash.
Now moving on to Sonic.
Many years from now,
Sonic.
Earth will be no more.
Yep, because these hentai aliens are gonna drop a bomb that kills everyone and transforms all the
Sonic.
animals into furries.
Welcome to Mobius, homeworld of Sonic Maurice Hedgehog, leader of a guerrilla anthropomorphic freedom-fighting group at war with the cybernetic empire of Ivo Robotnik, aka Dr. Eggman.
So, yeah.
If Wally was faster than the Speed Force, he'd die. The only reason he can run safely at these speeds is because of the Speed Force. I mean, is there any proof he dies, like, outside of the Speed Force? It's like, I'm fairly certain these characters have been able to do shit like that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. 'Tis fiction, after all.
Yeah, comic book Sonic is a little different from the video game. While leading his Care Bear Viet Cong in the fight against obesity and male pattern baldness,
Oh my
Sonic
fuck,
became
I need to
a
stop
super
doing
skilled
that.
fighter. And he wasn't doing it for nothing. Robotnik had turned his entire family into robot slaves. What a dick.
Sonic is fast as always, but in this timeline, fast takes on new meaning. He's quick enough to create tornadoes, cause afterimages, turn invisible, phase through objects, and boost past light speed in the blink of an eye. He can dodge lightning and even move in between the raindrops of a downpour.
Look at this! He grabbed water and threw it like a baseball in less than .0000, a lot of zeros in a millisecond. He can run around the entire cosmic interstate in less than a day, and that's a highway that cuts through the multiverse. How does he get that fast on an all-chili dog diet? I mean, they give me the runs, but not that way.
He could reverse a black hole generator with his momentum alone, which then imploded, somehow sending him 849,000 light years away. Sonic's speed is so impressive that he can even move through stopped time. Let me repeat
Yep, so inaccessible Archie Sonic.
that. Time was
Checks out.
frozen and he could still move. There is no earthly method of measuring such impossibility. In the words of the comic itself, Sonic's speed is incalculable.
I know the Archie Sonic comics can get weird, like really weird, but that's just crazy.
You call it crazy, I call it chaos.
Just like my conception, I'm told.
No, I mean
Fuck is
chaos
that?
as in the Chaos Force, an extra-dimensional field of infinite and omnipotent energy. This chaos takes physical form on Mobius.
Bro,
and-
Sonic is not destroying the Speed Force. Which one of you fuckers just said that? Like, that is insanity.
shape of magical power rings and perfectly hewn emeralds.
And Sonic loves collecting those rings. By the time he'd scooped up
If anyone's gonna destroy whose speed, it would be Flash, because he literally has the ability to steal speed. If anyone's gonna do that shit, it's gonna be Flash.
billion of them, the gods were so impressed they put him in a book of world records and gave him a permanent force field that makes him way tougher than anybody else.
Along with shielding his spirit and mind. But that's not all. By gathering a large amount of chaos energy, he can transform into the almighty golden Super Sonic.
Eat your heart out, Akira Toriyama.
Super Sonic possesses incredible power. He can use chaos energy for defensive barriers and beams capable of shattering moons.
Somehow, he's even faster than before, and he's totally invincible. Like when he fought the demigod and possible power drink, Enerjack. This guy could rip people apart molecule by molecule. But no dice with Super Sonic.
Like the video game, Sonic's super forms have a time limit, and now this limit can even be cut short through overuse of power. However, he battled Enerjack from day into night, so it must be able to...
Yeah? Yeah, no worries. Unos momentos. Panic. Ow. Fucking hit hand. Ow. Ouch. Hand.
naturally lasts much longer than the games, potentially over an hour.
Is that a bird? No, it's a demon pigeon. Fucking rat with wings. Little shit.
But that's not even his final form. If he's got something as good as a Super Emerald around, he can go Ultra.
Ultra Sonic appears to possess all of Super Sonic's abilities and then some.
Bro, what the fuck is that design? Looks terrible.
Specifically, he can tap into the raw magic of chaos.
Yeah, there's a bunch of wizards running around Archie's Sonic Land, like this mammoth mogul guy. Turns out they're all using the same chaos force.
Ultra Sonic can manipulate matter at an atomic level, changing its fundamental makeup.
Turning air to water, moving rocks around, opening portals across space-time, that kind of stuff. But while he's never changed other living beings before, it's not totally out of the question. Right, dummy?
You're correct, Boomstick. Although Ultrasonic has likely damaged my internal...
Just like this.
Ow.
But if changing molecules isn't crazy enough, we need to talk about something even
Archie Sonic is immune to physical damage, no limits fallacy.
Easier.
Chaos itself. Chaos magic is typically used for one of three things: increasing physical ability, providing lost knowledge, and granting wishes.
Like a freaking genie. Sonic's wish to reverse brainwashing, turn back time, revive the dead, and even rewrote all reality in his whole
Wait, are we talking about Cell versus Metal Sonic? Metal Sonic bullies Cell. Like, we're gonna get to that soon enough, wherever it is. I don't know who did. We're gonna get to that video. Like, Cell is fucking fodder.
Multiverse with a Kamehameha Chaos Beam. Okay, if he can literally just wish his problems away, you'd think he'd have way less trouble dealing with a fat ginger named after breakfast food.
Honestly,
it's not a no limits fallacy. You literally said he's immune from taking damage. It's like, if that is literally a no limits fallacy. Because you're operating under the assumption that no attack ever can damage him, when obviously that's not the case.
Rarely did, but Sonic's a glutton for adventure and action, so over the years he and the good doctor formed an unhealthy codependent relationship.
Just like us. Life's not the same without his oval-shaped enemy to beat up on, so they're back at it every chance they get. Come on, guys,
literally
let's
just
get a
call
room
him
already.
fat.
But after being defeated so many times, both Eggman and Mogul independently came to the same conclusion. By collecting so many rings and emeralds over the years, Sonic has become a literal embodiment of chaos itself. As in, he's a variable that cannot be accounted for, a wrench in the cogs of reality. Without him even realizing it, fate bends to him.
You know you're a badass when the most powerful chaos wizard out there decides the only way to beat you is to just wait until you die of old age.
It's ridiculous, it's absurd, it's unexplainable.
It's Sonic the freaking Hedgehog.
Ooh, I like to hang, but I got a juice.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through...
What happened exactly?
Whoa.
KO!
So that happened.
Yeah, what happened exactly?
Well, this matchup was incredibly complex. Given their speeds were impossible to calculate, speed alone was, ironically, somewhat of a non-factor in comparison.
I never said no attack can damage him. He has a special item that makes him immune to blunt force attacks. Right, that's a no limits fallacy. You're saying he's immune to any blunt force attack. Obviously, you've not proven that, though. Like, that is literally saying that someone is immune to something or invincible to something. It's like, that is a no limits fallacy. Like, he's invincible to a certain extent. And at that point, it's like, who the hell cares? You may as well just say he's really damn durable.
Sonic in his base form didn't really stand a chance against Wally. Sure, he did seem to survive being launched 849,000 light years into an alien planet by a black hole imploding. However, considering he's been knocked
Metal Sonic is a bum. Who the fuck just said Metal Sonic is a bum? Like, grow the fuck up.
out by far less, black holes are already imploding stars, and it seems some snow also inexplicably survived the trip. It's probably more likely the black hole acted as a sort of wormhole in its last moments and sent Sonic directly there. But if we assume Sonic was indeed
fucking galaxy level Sonic
blasted through space, a black hole's last moment usually results in an abrupt detonation equivalent to 5 trillion tons of TNT. Impressive, but the infinite mass punch could still
5 trillion, is that all? That's bullshit, right? Surely. A black hole exploding. 5 trillion tons. That's like not even... It's not even like country level. Like, surely that's a lie. No way, right? Like a black hole releasing all of that energy. 5 trillion tons, that's nothing. That's gotta be complete bullshit.
Deliver over 2 quadrillion times more.
Like, yeah, I agree that the infinite mass punch would be stronger, but seriously, 5 trillion tons for a black hole explosion? Really? Like, you kidding me? I'm actually curious. Hold on. Let me look this up. Hold on. Attack potency. So a trillion is 10 to the power of 13, right? Or 10 to the power of 12, something like that? Yeah, that's literally like large island level. They literally... Hey guys, a black hole literally exploding is freaking island level, apparently. That's insane. That is actually mental. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord server and do that debate, I wouldn't mind spectating.
But Sonic's super forms were a different story. They had answers to almost all of Wally's skills. His chaos energy could replenish stolen speed, he was invincible, and he had freaking wish powers.
Personally, I was expecting the opposite result. Against almost anybody else, Archie's version of Sonic is practically unbeatable. But
no.
Across a greater percentage of possible scenarios, Wally just happens to be the exception.
He had every counter he needed to. The speed steal wouldn't stop Super Sonic, but Wally still got that stolen speed for himself.
Super and Ultra Sonic were essentially batteries of unlimited kinetic energy Wally could pull from. Even with their speeds being incalculable, this meant Wally could ensure he was faster. Plus, Wally performed a lot more of those incalculable speed feats than Sonic ever did, so he technically held an experience advantage in that field.
Chaos Wish Power would be an insta-win against...
For the reboot writer, Ian Flynn, fucking Ian Flynn. Ian Flynn says the Chaos Force was dropped as a concept, implying the Super Genesis wave may have erased it. Even if it's true, Sonic likely could not affect the Speed Force in the same way. The DC multiverse is far larger, and it's unlikely Sonic can perfectly recreate the SGW as in Worlds Unite. Oh, Ian Flynn, what are you fucking doing? So Ian Flynn basically retconned the fucking Chaos Force. Oh dear. I swear down, this guy is just poison to the Sonic community at this point. Like, I swear down, we just can't have nice things whenever Ian Flynn's there. Man. Like, we just can't have nice things. Ow, shit, the wrist. I tried stretching and I tried stretching and the freaking wrist hurt. Ouch.
Basically anybody, but Chaos Magic uses physical energy. And guess what? Wally could phase through reality warping energy.
And jump through time or vibrate to a higher spatial dimension to avoid Sonic altogether. Even though he had no way to take down Sonic's super forms, Wally has proven capable of effortlessly moving and vibrating at top speeds for days on end.
So it wasn't too hard for him to just wait out the super forms and strike at the first good opportunity.
And when it came to Ultrasonic's ability to alter atomic structures, Wally possessed perfect control over
Goku solos for real for— wait, what? Goku solos who?
his own individual molecules.
But hey, Sonic's the embodiment of chaos. Fate automatically bends to him or whatever.
Ian is goaded, he has no choice but to retcon it. I mean, he isn't goaded though. I feel like at this point he's just doing more damage to Sonic's writing than he is, like, at this point. Sonic's not a troll, he just has inaccurate theories. Well, yeah, exactly. And the problem is that his theories tend to become canon because he's like the writer. Ian had to retcon it because of legal reasons. Okay, so the chaos force doesn't like exist anymore then. I guess it's not canon.
Except Wally has broken.
It's the same thing with Sonic Frontier's writing. Like, I think that Ian Flynn did a decent job trying to fix the shit that happened with Sonic Forces, but it's like, I didn't like Sonic Frontier's writing for the most part. Like, I think that the references to like previous games felt forced and like intrusive. To be honest, I don't know. It's like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, it's hardly a masterclass of writing, but even so, I wasn't very impressed with it.
Broken fate a few times himself. The best example being when he ran to the end of reality and forced the concept of death itself to die.
Because Speed Force!
Wait, what the fuck?
Of death itself to die.
Because...
So he destroyed the Speed Force. Sonic fandom can go to hell. I feel like it's comments like that make you the problem. Like, I feel like you're the asshole when you say things like that, dude. I don't know. It's just a show. I don't like it when authors, like, enforce their shit on others. I don't know. It is what it is.
Speed Force!
Simply put, Sonic's hypothesized nature as an anomaly in reality just wasn't enough protection against someone who could also break the rules of reality.
And remember, when Wally raised Barry, their speed almost tore apart the multiverse.
Both these characters understandably seem overpowered to an extreme fault, but it's important to remember that in their respective worlds, the story comes first. Sonic was impressive, improbable, inexplainable, but Wally had the power, the counters, and the speed he needed to pull ahead in this absolutely mind-bending battle. Oh, the drink is kicking in.
Whiz! I ran to Jupiter! I'm a god! A speed god!
Incredible. Tell me, what cosmic insight have you learned?
Just one thing. Well, Sonic didn't know it. The writing was on the wall, E!
The winner is the...
Jesus, that was terrible. Ian didn't even write Frontiers, he wrote the dialogue. Oh yeah, my bad. So the dialogue is like separate to the story, according to you? The dialogue serves as part of the story, you do realize that, right? Never mind. Right. Outrunning death equates to nothing. I mean, it's still very impressive. I don't really know what it would equate to, but it's very impressive nonetheless. Fuck, it's Trunks versus Silver. I don't really, like... The dialogue is good. I think the dialogue's pretty bad, to be honest. Like, made overall worse by the crappy cutscene quality. Characters just stand there like fucking pogo sticks. What videos should we watch now? I feel like we've pretty much just breezed through all of the, death battles. Or all of the ones that we really care about, anyways. So, which one should we watch, now, if there's any, like, death battles? Trunks versus Silver. Bowser vs. No, we've watched Bowser vs. Eggman. Which ones did we do already? Pretty much all of them. I'm so glad you have the courage to say what no one wants to say about Frontiers. The game is just a bunch of nothing mixed together with no direction. Quite literally, yeah. It's like the dialogue is basically held together by fucking references. And like, some of the references is good and some of them are kind of bad. It's like, I like the one between, Knuckles and Sonic, where it's like, oh, things would have been better if I was Super Knuckles. It's like, okay, that feels like in service of the characters. But then you have some where like Tails compares like some random ass machine to a character who's not been in the Sonic games for like nearly 20 years at that point. It's like, it just comes across as like, it's just very blatant on the nose with that one. Blaze versus Starfire. I mean, maybe. We'll have a look at Metal Sonic versus Zero, because I don't think I've actually seen this one. And I don't really care about Mega Man, so... Right, let's have a cheeky little look at this. Godzilla versus Gamera. I mean, it's Sonic-related ones, that's the thing.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the fastest thing alive. No matter how many times Eggman tried taking over the world, this freedom fighter just kept getting in his way.
Dude, you spelled
But like
smart
any respectable scientist, Eggman was a problem solver. Thus, he developed the ultimate hedgehog killer.
This is just Sonic Frontiers slander. I'll never understand this critique, because ultimately it boils down to I don't like this reference. But it's like, to me at least, I don't think it takes a genius to work out that Tails taking a look at a weapon and just comparing it to someone who's, like, who the characters haven't even acknowledged for nearly 15, 20 years. Like, it's just blatant fan service. It offers nothing to the fucking story at all. And it comes across as being obtrusive to the overall narrative. It's like, how is it slander? Like, that's literally true. Like, the characters haven't acknowledged Dark Gaia for, like, God knows how long, since Unleashed.
Which would not just equal his speedy nemesis, but surpass it.
And Dr. Tubby called him.
Also, if your entire story is just references to previous games, do you even have a story at all? Like, for a lot of it? Like, I find it really annoying. Like, I find it silly when, like, Sage is, like, talking to Eggman and trying to get him to team up with Sonic, and she's just, like, listing off, like, all of the previous games where they've teamed up, basically. It's like, I think that, I don't know, like, it comes across as very on the nose. It's like, realistically, you wouldn't have to recite these things to fucking Eggman of all characters.
Creation, Metal Sonic.
Ooh, fight the night.
Got a sweet chest speaker to blast Slayer all day long.
Speaker?
Fucking ran out of
he's just
juice.
made of metal.
Or smoothie or whatever it is.
That's cool too.
Ah, shit.
With his cool blue rival,
Shouldn't have lifted that.
Built to reach and maintain incredible speeds.
And unlike most of his wacky inventions, Eggman actually got this one perfect. Metal Sonic is hella fast.
Metal Sonic is also equipped with tons of tools and tricks specifically to overpower
Mitch versus Doctor
Sonic.
Who.
He can fire a plasma pulse laser from his chest.
Well, you know what I think about Doctor Who? That's not a fair critique because they haven't talked about Dark Gaia since Unleashed. It doesn't mean they no longer talk about him. Right, so you literally acknowledge that they don't talk about Dark Gaia, so why the fuck do they suddenly, like, hyper-reference him in Frontiers? Like, it literally is just blatant fan service. It offers nothing. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, they don't talk about this guy, yet all of a sudden they do talk about him when it comes to referencing pretty much everything. Like, I don't know what to say.
Construct a black shield which seems practically indestructible, and blast through obstacles by going V maximum overdrive.
Black shield? Maximum Overdrive? You're sure he's not into metal? Cause those sound like some killer band names to me.
To activate the maximum
It's always a good day when
Metal
Sonic
overloads
06
his
music
own
plays.
circuits to quadruple his speed while simultaneously surrounding himself with a destructive energy field.
If all that wasn't enough, Metal Sonic can scan his opponents to copy their techniques. He copied the explosive Knuckles Slam from Knuckles, ESP from Silver, the Batguard technique from Rouge, and even copied Shadow the Hedgehog's signature Chaos Control.
He can only copy specific moves at a time, but whatever power he takes is not limited by his physical body. This is because Metal Sonic can actually morph and manipulate his form.
He totally stole that from T-1000.
Funny mentioning Terminator because you're not too far off. Metal Sonic is so powerful that he's overcome his own programming, overthrown his creator, and attempted a global takeover all on his own.
And he can do it too. He's shielded attacks from Shadow's deadly Chaos Spears and Silver's
Yeah, it's like
telekinetic-
it's like you have Neo Metal Sonic, who was pretty much like narratively implied to be stronger than pretty much everyone in Sonic Heroes, like those versions of the characters. It's like you also have base Metal Sonic, who is confirmed numerous times to be like Sonic's equal when it comes to like raw power and speed.
ESP. He's dodged attacks from Knuckles, Amy, and Espio at the same
I honestly don't get why a lot of people think Frontiers is one of Sonic's worst games. I don't think it's one of his worst games, I just think it's criminally mid. Like, it has like a lot of good ideas dragged down by a load of shit ideas. Like, I think Sonic Frontiers is just mid. Like, it's alright. Like...
time, and he even competed in the Olympics. You know how tough it is to qualify for that? Like, really tough. Plus, he gives Sonic a run for his money whenever they race.
Metal can match and sometimes even outpace Sonic's speed. Sonic's specific top speed is technically unknown. He boasts that he's faster than light, but he has yet to prove this in canon without the...
He literally has proven it in canon. Fuck you guys. Research the storybook games. Research Sonic and the Secret Rings. Just do research. Research Sonic Generations. Research literally anything. Sonic Generations was out at the time of you making this video, you cocks. Like, you just... Oh my fucking god.
...aid of additional equipment. Sonic's high...
Final Horizons was fire. Final Horizons had a couple of good ideas, but it also had very weird ideas as well.
Supersonic.
It's like... I don't really know what to say. I sent you a debunk to watch in the chilling chat thing. Wait, what did you send me? Excuse me. Screw Attacks Archie Sonic versus Wally West. I don't really like the Might of Geberer all that much. But, I mean... Wasn't there like a load of controversy surrounding him or some shit?
highest speed is officially described as hypersonic, and his best record comes from Sonic Unleashed, where he's recorded running up to 3,000 SPD. Assuming this translates to metric meters, given the game's Japanese development, this puts Sonic in the high end of the hypersonic spectrum, clocking his highest...
Oh boy. I hate it. I hate when people try game Sonic speed. Oh god. It's literally 2 fucking games you have to research. Generations and Secret Rings. Those are the games with, the great Sonic speed metas.
Highest recorded speed at a whopping 6,711 miles per hour.
That's over 8 times the speed of sound.
Damn, dude. 8 times speed of sound, that's crazy.
I wish I was that fast. Could have escaped my ex-wife way before things got serious.
This speed is likely what Dr. Eggman was aiming to beat when designing Metal Sonic. Even then, with his abilities like...
If we move at light speed, how do we play? That's... Literally everything is slowed down for entertainment purposes. That doesn't debunk how fast they are in canon.
Maximum overdrive, Metal Sonic can increase his speed up to 26,844 miles per hour. That's Mach 35, more than enough to reach escape velocity.
And this bot has a lot of power behind him. In one of his battles with Sonic, their conflict caused enough damage to break off that ginormous stalactite over the city. Look at the size of that thing!
By comparing its size to the nearby buildings and assuming a granite-based composition, we can estimate that the stalactite
In Omni-Man vs. Bardock, they said that no weapon and harm a true might. Mind you, that was said one time and shown no proof of that being true.
In Omni-Man vs. Bardock, they said that no weapon can harm a Viltrumite. Mind you, they said that one time, showed no proof. I mean, isn't that like a... Well, I mean, that's... First of all, that's a no-limits fallacy, and also, two, that's limited to weapons in the Invincible verse, right? So weapons from the Dragon Ball verse, like, would logically be stronger.
weighs over 46 million tons. The energy required to cleave a rock that size could be as high as 200,000 tons of TNT. 10 times the power of the atomic bomb dropped on Nagasaki.
And if that's not power...
Wait, what?
Dropped on Nagasaki.
And if that's
Oh,
not
Nagasaki, I thought you meant the fucking... I thought you meant the Tsar bomb, my bad.
Well, enough for you. Metal Sonic has a couple different super forms. There's a Red Titan form, his Neo form, and best of all, Metal Overlord.
Deathbattle is saying Sonic is slower than Homelander. Basically, yeah.
Again with the band names. By copying the powers of Sonic and his friends, Metal transformed into this flying dragon-looking thingamajig. It can fire missiles, shoot gigantic chunks of crystal, trap opponents, and destroy everything.
Metal Overlord is...
I mean, I'm fairly certain we can all agree that Frontiers is better than Adventure 2, at least. Like, Adventure 2 is shit. Like, can we all agree that Frontiers is way better than Adventure 2? Probably not, but...
is so impressive, it took the combined might of Supersonic, Tails, and Knuckles to take him down.
Yeah, he may be metal as hell, but he's not indestructible. Despite being Sonic's superior in almost every way, he still loses fights to him more often than not.
Metal Sonic is extremely durable, but his internal systems are susceptible to overloading if pushed too far. For example, every time he uses his V Maximum Overdrive attack, he risks permanent damage. Also, even though he's mimicked multiple organic abilities, they're sort of simplified versions. He's never displayed any at their greatest potential.
Still,
I mean, Frontiers and Adventure 2 are kind of overrated, but Adventure 2 is easily the most overrated game in the series. Ridiculous. I think storybook games are not canon. They are canon. They're referenced in Generations. They are canon.
this is one of the deadliest machines we've ever seen. As long as Metal Sonic's around.
Why is everyone hating on Adventure 2 all of a sudden? I've always hated Adventure 2. Like, I don't understand this mindset of, oh, you're only just hating the game. Like, no, I've hated the game all my life. It's just that I've only just started talking about it. God forbid we all have our own opinions.
Even the fastest thing alive struggles to keep up.
All living things kneel before your master.
For decades, the robotic war between Dr. Light and Dr. Wily left destruction in its wake.
How is Frontiers overrated? I just don't think it's, like, as good as people say it is. It's like, I think, like, it's not really one big issue that fucks Frontiers, it's just like a load of little issues. Like, waiting for the day Unleashed gets its second hate arc after Nostalgia. Bro, I'll be up on that barricade like Jean Valjean, defending Unleashed, because Unleashed is fucking goated. But it's like... I think it's just a load of little things that ruins Frontiers. It's like, the islands are generic and bland. Like, aesthetically, they're, like, unsaturated, washed out, and very uncreative for Sonic standards. It's like, I think the island music is pretty bland. Like, the mini-bosses aren't very fun. The cyberspace levels suck. I don't like how Sonic controls in the cyberspace levels. It's like, they have all of these, like, the Coco minigames suck. Like, the random puzzles you have to complete before each Titan fight on each island, or at the very least the first three, like, they're not very fun. They're very, like, weird. Like, I don't really know what to say.
No matter how many machines Wily created in his quest for world domination, Dr. Light's own Mega Man was always there to stop him. But like any successful genius, Dr. Wily was determined to have the final word, even if it came from beyond his grave.
Wily put all the smarts he could into creating the best robot he'd ever built. Its name was Zero.
Dr. Wily's plan to create...
Yeah, like the spin dash was great, though, in Frontiers. It definitely fixed a lot of the issues.
The world's most powerful robot succeeded all too well. Designed for combat and violent by nature, Zero was primed to put Wily back on top.
Just one problem. Because of a glitch, Zero was totally disobedient to Dr. Wily and attacked him. I mean, I don't blame him. If that face was the first thing I saw when I woke up, I'd probably punch it too. Or send it back to the bar whence it came.
How sad, all that hard work wasted over a single programming flaw. Wily was forced to seal Zero away, and he wouldn't be discovered for another 100 years.
But a long nap wasn't enough to calm him down. When he woke up, he wasted everything around him, until he was stopped by Commander Sigma.
Sonic music is glazed. Sonic music's freaking fantastic, don't even go there.
Keeping Maverick Hunters.
Sigma may have stopped Zero, but then things got complicated. For some reason, Zero's stasis pod also contained a mysterious virus. The virus infected Sigma and, for some reason, swapped Sigma and Zero's morality alignments.
So Sigma turned evil and Zero turned good, just like Robot Freaky Friday. Being a good guy now, Zero joined the Maverick Hunters, making it his mission to eliminate any machine
Goku is overrated and sucks happy now. It is what it is.
which posed a threat.
Like, I will say that not every piece of Sonic music is great. Like, some of it's pretty forgettable, but like, eh. The music's usually pretty decent. If Sonic music is glazed, then the Earth is flat.
To the world. Because what else are you gonna do in Robot World but fight crime with a laser sword?
He's certainly well equipped for the job.
Speaking of which, let's have an appearance.
Long-range weapon with both rapid fire and charge energy shots.
He's also got tons of deadly spears, hammers, and chains, but his favorite weapon is his trusty energy sword, the Z-Saber.
The Z-Saber is arguably Zero's most essential weapon. With it, he can cut other machines down to size with a wide variety of grounded and airborne strikes. Furthermore, he can enhance his blade by mimicking the power of his enemies. This lets him use the Z-Saber for attacks imbued with fire, ice, electricity, and even metal.
But he can copy more than just sword stuff. Zero can use the Twin Dream technique to create a clone which mimics his every move. He can summon robot dragonflies to fight alongside him, call down beams of energy from the sky with Rikoha, and even use Dark Hold to temporarily freeze time.
If necessary, Zero can activate Black Zero mode. This form halves his defense in order to double his attack power and quadruple his speed. He can also transform into the stronger and faster Absolute Zero. Yes, that's what it's called. In this form, he loses access to his Z-Sword
Absolute
and
Zero is a pretty decent
but
name.
he gains razor-sharp claws and the power of flight.
Check out those bat wings!
Riff, what's your opinion on Undefeatable? Freaking goated.
Pulled off some crazy shit. He's defeated dozens of Mavericks and even Sigma himself multiple times.
Not to mention stopping.
Yeah, when you have a problem with a certain character being too OP, you just summon the pufferfish. Just defeats him.
Dozens of other threats to the entire planet, such as when Eurasia, an enormous city floating in space, fell to Earth in a crash course similar to the asteroid which annihilated the dinosaurs.
But that's okay. Zero took care of it. How? By flying a space shuttle right into it like a badass. And he survived. Suck that, Asteroid City.
Moreover, it's important to remember Zero was specifically built to be far superior to the original Mega Man. We've analyzed Mega Man before, and learned he could keep up with the speedy Quickman and catch a 60,000-ton castle.
So, Zero's better than that.
Zero is undoubtedly Dr. Wily's greatest creation, but like the mad scientist's other machines, he has his downfalls. Despite being a machine, Zero is susceptible to exhaustion.
What Sonic game has the best music? In my opinion, Unleashed. Riff, which Sonic game has the best plot? Also Unleashed, to be honest.
And if he receives too much damage, not even
I feel like the problem with Frontiers is I only like a few of the tracks. Like, I only like, the Titan themes. It's like I don't really care for the rest of the music.
his auto repair systems can return him from the brink.
Also, he sometimes comes down with a bad case of...
Also, Sonic Colors has a really good soundtrack. Excuse me. Same with, Generations. I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to find, a shit Sonic soundtrack. But it's like, I think Colors, Unleashed, Generations, Sonic Generations specifically. Heroes has a pretty good one. Unleashed deserves the glaze. I know, right? Which Sonic game has the best Sonic? Again, it's one of the Jason Griffith games. Either Secret Rings, Black Knight, or Unleashed, probably. Like... yeah, like, I don't know what to say, like...
edgy anime protagonist.
What am I fighting for?
And yet, Zero is a fearless guard.
I feel like the only other Sonic that's actually as good as the Jason Griffith ones is, like, maybe Adventure 2. It's like, Adventure 2, he has some pretty decent moments.
Guardian who won't rest until his world's safety is secured, even if he has to be reincarnated multiple times to do it.
And kick his own
What's your favorite Mario soundtrack? Galaxy 1.
ass.
I don't even need my sword for such an easy fight.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, love how good it feels.
Starting mission now.
What the fuck is happening? Such flashing lights. Imagine watching this if you're like high.
Just like a training program.
The Spinder. Fucking Kamehameha. Yeet.
Charge shot!
Holy shit. Fucking LGBT beam. Black Knight is better than Unleashed. Mate, I want what you're smoking. I feel like Black Knight's level design just isn't very good. To be honest. I feel like that's what holds... And obviously the graphics as well are a bit held back. Metal Sonic is in a ball. Hey, he has the spiky form. Oh shit. Well. Oh, well, you better think fast, Zero.
In a nanosecond. Mission accomplished.
The fuck? I didn't expect that. Wait, what does he say? Hold on.
Chaos control.
This will be over in a nanosecond.
I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Like, I know that the fights aren't canon, but like...
And boom goes the giant flying robot monster.
Metal Sonic was a worthy adversary, but Zero was simply better equipped for this battle.
At Mach 35 speeds, Metal seemed like a shoo-in for better speed, right? On paper, maybe. But remember, Mega Man beat Quickman, and Zero was built to surpass Mega Man in every way.
Quickman's top speed was recorded at 224,000 miles per hour, over 8 times faster than Metal Sonic. Scaled to the inferior Mega Man, Zero could certainly handle a machine of Metal Sonic's speed.
Zero's best.
Well, again, it's like Metal Sonic should casually be like infinite speed at the very least, based off of what Sonic was able to perform in Secret Rings. Like, that's hilarious lowball. That's a massive lowball, actually.
Arsenal also gave him.
Like, I don't really know what to say.
Plenty of options for just about every situation, even when Metal tried screwing with time.
Unlike Metal, Zero actually possessed multiple methods of stopping time, which were more instantaneous and just as effective as Metal Sonic's imperfectly copied Chaos Control.
So Zero definitely had the advantage in that field.
The durability difference was pretty clear too. Zero's feat with the Eurasia Space Colony trumps anything Metal's ever endured. The resulting explosion was similar to the asteroid impact which killed the dinosaurs, an event estimated to have equaled 100 trillion tons of TNT.
But even surviving a tiny fraction of that explosion was far more impressive than the 200 kilotons of TNT needed to break that giant rock. And that was from Metal Sonic and Real Sonic's power combined.
Even ramming Zero...
So apparently, the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs is more powerful than Supersonic. Oh boy.
Zero at full speed would not have done much. Moving at Mach 35, Metal's 276-pound body would only hit with enough force to destroy a building. To be blunt, not only was Metal Sonic outmatched in speed and durability, but he didn't have the means to truly kill Zero. Whereas Zero's shown time and time again that he could destroy enemies just as tough and bulky as Metal Overlord.
Looks like Metal Sonic was the real Zero in this fight.
Though
I don't know. I kind of feel... I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's like, I feel like that was complete bull... Like, their reasoning is so shit. Like, why is their reasoning just awful every time? Like, oh, apparently Supersonic isn't even, like, planetary. Like, why are they always just so useless at this? Amanda Pion, it's good to have you here, my dear. Man. Excuse me. Yeah, it's like, Jesus Christ. That's insane. Yeah, it's like rewatching the freaking... What did they say about the conclusion with this one?
Is while Mario's comes across as more cartoony.
But as it turns out, Bowser had everything he needed to take Chrome Dome down. Strap in, this one's a lot, so we'll break it down into 5 categories.
First up is physical stats. Bowser pretty handedly outmatched any of Eggman's usual mechs, like the Egg Dragoon or the Death Egg Robot.
The Death Egg Robot could level cities. Bowser could punch a castle out of orbit.
Oh yeah, city level Eggman. Oh boy, I remember how shit this one was. Oh dear. City level Eggman, boys.
Death Egg could destroy stars, but Yoshi could match that level of power, and Bowser's strength is certainly above the green dinosaurs. Plus, while both Bowser and Eggman's tech survived black holes, Bowser's was much larger.
So, he may win stats, but this could change with their powers. With so many items and minions, that could make all that a moot point.
Aside from power-up items, both could manipulate minds, create duplicates, and all...
This was an old Deathbattle riff, so the other games didn't come out. That's literally irrelevant. It's like... This one came out 5 months ago, and if you're referring to the Metal Sonic one, it's like, even with generation scaling, he still whoops Zero's ass.
alter space-time. However, Bowser had a significant edge in having access to the majority of his abilities at all times.
Bowser vs Eggman, the best Sonic death battle.
The best Sonic death battle? In terms of the animation, maybe. I don't know. It's alright, I suppose. Literally continent-level Bowser. I know, right?
Yeah, Eggman can do some crazy stuff, but only across different mechs, fortresses, or space bases. Bowser's all natural. He's got all his best powers built in, and he ain't even a robot.
But it's like, how is that relevant if you give Eggman all of his shit? You know? It's like, I feel like they're just deliberately finding, like, ways of, like, chipping away about, like, Eggman's stuff. It's like, oh, but Eggman can only do this shit if you give him his stuff. It's like, okay, but you did give him his stuff. So it's like, why is that a problem?
Robot, meaning he wins the war of attrition. He even had counters for battle enders like the metal virus and spatial displacement trap. Context matters for those weapons, and both backfired in the past. But more importantly, Bowser could simply reverse the effects with his transmutation magic. Conversely, most of Eggman's robots could get turned into, say, a frog or a block with no reliable way back. Bowser takes the edge in powers.
But definitely not for intelligence. Come on, you have a 4-digit IQ, Bowser? Really? That's cute. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bowser's not an idiot, usually. Just really, really clumsy. Poor fella.
Meanwhile, Eggman's an engineering genius who rarely ever gets bested by brains.
Easy dub. Now, let's talk trump cards.
As in, items so powerful they could decide the entire outcome on their own.
The Phantom Ruby was super dangerous, but specifically targets perceptions. Unlike Bowser's Wonder Flower, which mucks up reality for real. The Ruby effect.
I mean, the Phantom Ruby does mess up reality. Like, they're kind of inconsistent with what it does in Forces, but that is something that it can do, is, like, mess with reality.
A whole planet, but the Wonder Flower had the power to alter the universe. Also, the Dreamstone's ability to wish anything out of existence would have no problem cleaning up Super Neo Metal Sonic or Time Eater.
Their most prized possessions was a tougher call. Together, the Chaos Emeralds can break the universe, but so can the Grand Stars. Arguably not as much given the Emerald scaling to Solaris, though Power Stars and Grand Stars are far more plentiful. Clearly, this is getting fairly abstract, and both had multiple options that could win the day instantly. So the safest bet is to call this category a tie.
Which means it's finally time to compare their armies. Eggman seems deadlier at first glance. I mean, look at all those buzzsaws and rockets. Metal Sonic speed and power alone could solo most of the Koopa Troop. But the Eggman Empire lacked something Bowser had in spades: teamwork and loyalty.
Eggman is a notorious...
Bowser Jr. or Sage?
Bowser Jr. or Sage? Probably Sage if you give her if we're operating under the assumption that Sage can like summon the Titans, then yeah, I think she bullies like Bowser Jr. Ouch.
Seriously terrible team player. His alliances are practically guaranteed to fall apart.
Hell, in Sonic Generations, he could barely manage working with himself.
Eggman's army is designed to be controlled by just him. To Eggman, it's harder to command those with free will, hence his rivalry with the free-natured Sonic.
Meanwhile, the Koopa Troop follows Bowser because they actually like him. They train really hard to cover each other's weak points,
giving them plenty of advantages as this war progressed, like battlefield control through King Boo's magic and Bowser Jr.'s paint. And since the Koopa Troop doesn't rely that much on technology, Sage's hacking potential had little use.
Also, secret weapon? Kamek is kinda busted, canceling Metal Sonic's power copying, stealing the Phantom Ruby, and potentially swapping the Chaos Emeralds were huge game changers.
Add on that Bowser and his army can use any Mario power-up item, and they had billions of combinations that the Eggman Empire just could not actively plan against. Even with Sage's millions of plans to take down the Titans, she thought them to be unbeatable, which Sonic proved was incorrect.
Just comparing their conquests makes it clear. The Eggman Empire took over the whole planet, but Bowser's troop conquered most of the universe.
Eggman was no pushover. His wit, power output, and ridiculous machines gave Bowser the...
I just hate when people do this. It's like, oh, this character is a threat to the planet. This character is a threat to the universe. It's like, could you be... Like, they basically just ignore context. It's like, yeah, no shit, Eggman, like, only wants to be...
Junior gets Koopalings, Hismux and Kamek, while Sage gets the Titans and Metal.
Yeah, I feel like Sage takes that one. That's insane. Yeah, it's like Eggman, like, basically just limits himself to Eggman Land, because it's like, that's what his ego wants. It's like, that doesn't mean that he's, like, limited to that, though. Infinite is better than Metal Sonic. I mean, Infinite's more powerful than Metal Sonic. Whether he's a better character is a... Like, I think Infinite's a terrible character, to be honest.
Biggest fight of his life.
Yeah, like, Eggman's literally doing all of this because he wants to build a fucking theme park.
But the Koopa King's ludicrous strength, abilities, and united forces ultimately prevail.
Eggman tried to poach the king, and now he's cracked and scrambled.
The winner.
You're just a dumbass thinking Infinite's a better character. It's like, I think Infinite's a joke. It's like, he's probably more powerful than Metal Sonic. Like, I think that goes without saying, but... Also, I'm just gonna, like, go get a drink and go for a piss. I'll be, like, right back. Try not to kill each other while I'm gone. Wrong one. There we go. I am back. No balls. I'm back. Right. Oh, the fucking chair on the carpet. It's carpet's useless. There we go. I'm back. You gonna watch that debunk I sent you? Probably not, to be honest. Aside from anything else, I just don't really like Mind of Kebara's content all that much. And I'm also just not a huge fan of, it's also just incredibly long, aside from anything else. Hey, Fraser Coley, how you doing? You know what?
It's me!
Let's see if they can get this right. Oh, oh, I forgot that they did a Doctor Who one. Oh boy.
Just kidding. That ain't me. That's the brand new Boomstick U2s.
I know that Master Chief versus Doomslayer isn't like a matchup closely tied to my channel, but we'll have a cheeky little look. Yeah, the Shadow versus Mewtwo one was pretty bad.
To take a form known for pure destruction. You see.
Yeah, let's have a cheeky little look at this one.
Enemy located. Combat will likely be necessary.
Well, isn't he astute?
Alert. Portal detected.
Chainsaw to a gunfight.
Doom guy, motherfuckers. I'm sorry, but if anyone in chat unironically thinks Master Chief beats Doom Guy, like, I don't know what to tell you.
Watch your six!
You're going into hell, bitch. Bro, Doom Guy's not messing around.
You are surrounded.
Well, shite. You are surrounded. I freaking love the first-person perspectives. It's so cool.
What the hell just happened?
The freaking disrespect. Just hit him with his back turn.
I'll see what I can do about that annoying AI.
Some of these fights are really damn good.
This fight. I can no longer detect the enemy. Systems.
Wait, what did you say? Chief beats Doom Guy, but not Doomslayer? No, like, to be honest, like, even Doom Guy could probably beat Master Chief. To be honest. Like, don't even freaking try that, bitch. How freaking fast is he? just tick tick boom. Right to the face. Oh, it's over. Spartan Laser versus BFB, or BFG, sorry, BFB's balloons, my bad. Yeah, fairly certain you may have just...
Still with me?
Not for much longer, motherfucker. Uh-oh. Bro, the sound effects are so iconic. Ooh, epilepsy warning, holy shit. Thank fuck for that.
Lo, our avenging angel has triumphed, for he is Doom. Amen.
There's a lot going on here, so let's break this down, starting with physical stats. Being a genetically enhanced super soldier, you'd probably expect the Master Chief to take the edge here.
Wrong! Chief can outrun a cheetah moving 66 miles per hour. The Slayer can outrun a rocket zooming almost 8 times faster.
Master Chief can flip the 200-ton elephant platform. The Slayer can fling around these massive steel cubes, which each measure to over 400 tons.
He can take down titans with his bare hands, so it adds up. If this came down to a fist fight, he'd just punch Chief's head off.
Stats may go to the Doomslayer.
If you had to play as other playable characters, who would you pick? Shadow. I enjoy playing as Shadow in Project 06. Like, I enjoy playing as Shadow, like, almost as much as Sonic in PO6. Same with Blaze. Like, Blaze is also a lot of fun as well. Like, there's a lot of characters that I would play as, but for some reason they just never bring it back. They never bring them back, and it's really annoying.
But Master Chief has one trick the Slayer can't beat, his AI.
Yeah, Vega may be God repackaged as Siri, but Cortana is clearly the more dangerous computer pal.
Cortana was designed for combat encounters and battle planning. Vega oversaw a mining facility. Granted, Vega's nothing to laugh at, but Cortana's kind of famous for hacking ancient all-knowing technology on multiple occasions. And even if you want to argue Chief should have the weapon instead, she's still a copy of Cortana.
And when it comes to experience, Chief likely has more consistent training.
Well, it's just Sonic related. It was Sonic related, but we watched all of them like really fucking quickly. So then I was just like, alright, we'll watch a couple of other ones.
Army is basically all he did since he was a child.
The Slayer may seem like a rampaging bull consumed by rage, and he is, but he was also a Marine and trained with the Night Sentinels.
And since time in hell gets wacky, he fought demons non-stop for thousands of years.
Given the sheer variety of enemies, battles, and wars Master Chief has experienced, it's a tough call, but
if he wins Doomslayer or Sonic... Oh, that's a fucking tough one. Damn, that is, tough. Doomslayer is no joke. I feel like I would possibly lean towards... I feel like Doomslayer would bully base Sonic. In terms of his super forms, I feel like in order to make the fight competitive, you'd have to give Sonic his super forms. It's like, I don't think base Sonic is standing up to the Doomslayer.
We think fighting demons for so long tips the scale to the Slayer.
Not that it matters much, because we're on to the last and best category, arsenals. From weapons to power-ups, both Chief and the Slayer had a ton of stuff they could bring into the battle.
Both had means to turn invisible or shield themselves from damage. Both had suits that could withstand extreme heat and intense hits. And both had...
I mean, the fucking what's-his-face, the Doomslayer's weapons... Yeah, like, the Doomslayer's weapons can destroy, like, beings that are, like, multiversal or some shit. Or, like, possibly even higher. It's like, I've heard that there's an argument for outerversal Doomslayer, but, like, regardless, it's like... I don't really think it matters if, like, Master Chief has, like, more variety. It's like Doomslayer's just gonna one-shot him with any of his weapons.
So many weapons.
Technically, Master Chief had a greater variety of weaponry, but when it comes to sheer destructive power, the Slayer had him beat. The Unmaker can match the Spartan laser's light speed without having to...
I actually don't disagree with a lot of this. Like, I disagree with their reasoning, but, like, I agree with their points.
Worry about charging up, and nothing on Chief's belt can match the raw power of the BFG.
Still, Master Chief did use a hardlight shield to survive a point-blank 30-megaton bomb. However, Cortana was siphoning power from the Forerunner ship they were on to make that shield, so it was a very specific circumstance not easily replicated. And it's clear that without the shield, he would have been obliterated.
City-level Master Chief.
Even if he...
Bro, I feel like Master Chief, if that's true, I feel like Master Chief gets bullied by Captain America. Like, I remember one of you in chat said Captain America versus Master Chief. Bro, Captain America would bully Master Chief. If Master Chief is city level.
could replicate it, Doomguy had the weaponry to break through. Take the Crucible.
Remember, the Crucible holds power equivalent to 157 trillion kilowatt hours, which directly converts to 90 gigatons of TNT. Even if you divided that power between the Crucible's 3 charges, a single swing from that sword is, at minimum, 1,000 times more powerful than that nuke. The Slayer gets the final nail in Arsenal, as he just had the better odds of actually taking the Chief down.
As much as Chief tried to master the situation, he was doomed. Slay, King!
The winner is the Doomslayer.
Amen. Next time on
Pretty decent. I didn't mind that one. The only other one that I really want to watch is fucking Rick versus the Doctor.
This video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Rick Sanchez,
the Doctor.
These brilliant geniuses dominate the cosmos, but who would win an all-out...
Mainly just so we can give you an insight as to who the Doctor is, because like a lot of people just don't know who he is. Like that's the only reason I want to watch it, is just to give you guys an idea of who Doctor Who is.
To a Genarian, and he is.
Like, they lowball him massively, but like, even so.
Also, somehow, the greatest warrior in the universe.
And you can lick his balls.
Ian Chesterton and Barbara Wright were just your average school teachers, with a less than average student. Susan was odd, almost like an alien. And when they met her grandfather and his police box, they found out why.
They were aliens, and that police box was the TARDIS, a 2-in-1 spaceship and time machine.
Thus, they were whisked away into the stars, kicking off over half a century of timey-wimey adventures with a revolving cast of companions, like Sarah Jane Smith, Rose Tyler, the Brigadier, Amy Pond, and so many more.
Complete with the cheesiest special effects you've ever seen.
This madman with a box had a name he would never tell, and a history he would always run from. He was only known as the Doctor.
Doctor Who?
Exactly.
Doctor Exactly?
Though the Doctor's origins are shrouded in mystery, we know they were born several thousand years ago and earned degrees in cosmic science and higher dimensional physics.
But he got bored with the stuffy Time Lord bureaucrats, stole a TARDIS, and explored time and space as a runaway. Who can forget those adventures, chasing dinosaurs on a spaceship, dueling Robin Hood with a spoon, or shoving...
Who's your favorite character that isn't Sonic? Either Spider-Man or Doctor Who.
Yeah, we know it's kind of weird. It's British.
But if you don't know who's who, you're probably wondering, who are all these people? A bunch of old guys, young guys, a lady, and one of the Three Stooges? What?
The Doctor is a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. Time
Never
Lords
watched
may
Doctor
look
Who.
human,
That's
but
bullshit.
couldn't
Doctor
be
Who's
more
goated.
different. Not only do they have 2 hearts, they literally experience time differently. They can see past, present, and future all at once. They can resist temporal phenomena such as time stops and can tamper with fixed points in time. They're effectively acausal beings.
This makes them super hard to predict and nearly impossible to erase from any timeline. They can even breach the bounds of space and talk directly to you. Yes, you at home. Hello there.
Time Lords are practically walking Deus Ex Machinas. In fact, a lot of them would be proud to be called that.
Yeah, the Doc ran away for a reason. Time Lords are a bit dodgy.
The Doctor has hypnotized with a glance, resisted mind control, survived deadly radiation, and even learned transmigration. As in, the ability to summon an object out of thin air. Sounds crazy, but it's apparently standard fare for Time Lord Academy.
But the reason why there are so many doctors is that Time Lords have a funny way of cheating death.
Upon receiving a fatal wound, the Doctor undergoes regeneration, gaining a new, healthy body.
It's way more than that. While reloading, the Doctor has regrown lost limbs, become strong enough to knock down steel doors, and even weaponized his own time energy.
Downside being, if a Time Lord dies during regeneration, that ends the process permanently.
To date, we've seen 14 versions of the Doctor, plus a few extras mixed in here and there. Hell, by the time you're watching this, you've probably seen the 15th. Or the 16th!
The experiences each Doctor gains changes and affects the next Doctor, and the next, and so on. Each Doctor maintains the same memories, but with an all-new personality.
Some like bow ties, some like jelly babies, some kick butt with Venusian karate, and some really...
Yeah, like, to put into oh shit, that fucking werewolf, hold on. To put it into context how goated the Doctor is, the form of martial arts that he knows, that being Venusian Aikido, it requires 4 arms, and he mastered it with 2 arms. Like, this man is just built differently.
In karate.
He's also a better archer than Robin Hood. Like, this fucking guy is just a legend.
And some really hate the monarchy, probably because they're werewolves.
But they always have one thing in common.
They are British!
Well, one other thing in common. The Doctor always enjoys the thrill of adventure, and they've got plenty of tech to help, like the sonic screwdriver. Utilizing sonic waves to manipulate nearby objects, it can pick locks, cause detonations, and fry circuitry. It's sort of a Swiss Army plot device that can hack its way through most problems.
He can literally, yeah, the sonic screwdriver is stupidly OP. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, he can basically just, like, unironically, and I'm not joking when I say this, he could probably neutralize the Master Emerald with the fucking screwdriver. Like, the screwdriver is stupid. It just does whatever it wants.
The perfect pacifist tool for resolving conflict.
Its only weakness is that it doesn't do wood. Or turkey, though considering it can destroy machines, disrupt molecules, and even erase memories, I'll take it.
The Doctor doesn't often carry weapons. There's an invisibility watch, a time travel ring, psychic paper that tricks basically everyone, and perception filters that prevents others from noticing certain things, even people.
But the Doc does
Hey, B-Man, how you doing, buddy?
have a few weapons stored away, like the dematerialization gun.
It might look slapped together with Hobby Lobby pipes, but the DMAT can literally erase you from time. As in, it causes you to have never existed in the first place.
But if you never existed, then the gun would have never needed to fire, which means you weren't wiped from existence, which means the gun would need to fire, which means...
Yeah, this is a reason why I want to do Sonic versus the Doctor, because it's like, Sonic is just like gassed up to such an insane degree. It's like, I feel like the Doctor would need to take him on.
Did you say something? That's not the only time erasing tool in the Doctor's box. But we gotta talk about, you know, the box! Shabby blue police box on the outside. Incredible time machine that's bigger on the inside. This is the TARDIS.
The time and relative dimension in space is a sentient ship that travels space and time with ease. It's strong enough to tow planets, powerful enough to stop antimatter from destroying the universe, and tough enough to tank lightning from Zeus. Yes, the god Zeus. It can even adjust its interior to an infinite degree, both in terms of space and time.
So, if the TARDIS doesn't like you, you might get lost inside it forever. Don't piss off the TARDIS.
Or any of the Doctor's enemies. Some of the universe's deadliest monsters. Cybermen, Zygons, Weeping Angels.
And the Slitheen, the big chunky aliens that took over 10 Downing Street. And couldn't stop farting.
Even when the Doctor prefers not to resort to fisticuffs, he's tough enough to survive bolts of lightning that vaporize an ordinary human. He's even dodged half...
Yeah, so it's like, I'll give a... Wait, dang, okay. Wait, what? Wait, what are you saying dang okay about?
Street. And couldn't stop farting.
Even when the Doctor...
Oh, you're looking at his feeds. Okay, so I'll add a bit of context for this feed. So, the Celestial Toymaker, for context, the Celestial Toymaker has beaten God before. Like, literal God. And the Doctor has, like, a 3 wins, 1 loss ratio against the Celestial Toymaker. Like... And that's just... And that's the Doctor in base form. Like, that's not even with any of his amps or anything like that.
Not to resort to...
Like...
fisticuffs, he's tough enough to survive bolts of light.
Which is actually pretty consistent for the Doctor, because he's also 1v1 Satan before and won as well. Like, the literal devil. It's like the God and the devil, it's like they're pretty much fodder compared to the Doctor. God? Yes, literal God. They say it in the Giggle episode, or whatever it's called. The Celestial Toymaker literally says, I played a game with God and trapped him in a matchbox, or some shit like that. And the Doctor beats him, like, pretty regularly.
Lightning that vaporized an ordinary human.
Yeah, like, I wasn't kidding when I said the Doctor is powerful. Like, the Doctor is insanely broken. And he did that in base form.
Dodged half a dozen disintegration rays, while also improvising several thousand...
He also outsmarted the Celestial Toymaker, which was literally impossible. It's like he had complete control over the entire game, and the Doctor still outsmarted him.
calculations in a matter of nanoseconds.
Yeah, the doctor's super smart. So smart, his brain once powered a 1,000-year-old supercomputer.
The Doctor's outwitted cosmic entities like the Great Intelligence, the Time Lord Nemesis, the Master, and apparently the original Satan, who isn't even the most frightening alien in the multiverse, because that would be the Daleks.
Alright, bear with me here. They may look like trash cans with plungers, but they can exterminate anything that gets in their way, even all of space and time, like when they battled the Time Lords to extinction in the last Great Time War.
A war that showed a darker side to the Doctor, thrust into a conflict.
It's also stated by the Doctor that the Time Lords, and by extension his own species, are more powerful than anything he's ever faced before. And the Doctor owned a power source that killed all of them. Like, he had complete control over the moment, which allowed him to kill an entire species that scales above God and Satan. Let that sink in.
Conflict that put all of reality at risk. The Doctor became a warrior, a soldier, a killer.
A side of him that had always been there.
Like, when I say that this guy is insane, I'm not joking. Like, he's broken.
The Doctor pressed a big red button to end the war, and all of Gallifrey.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. That box there is the moment.
Time Lords, the Doctor cares for life above all things. So genociding his own people was the worst thing that could possibly happen.
As the last of the Time Lords, the Doctor proved to be the most dangerous person in the universe. Isolation threatened to turn him into the very type of Time Lord he despised, a master who controls the laws of time, the Time Lord victorious.
It's like, whenever I do those versus shorts and I give every single point to the Doctor, there is a reason for it.
And God help your immortal soul if you piss him off. If he's desperate or if you threaten his friends, you won't be prepared for how far he'll go. Like trapping you in every mirror in existence, imprisoning you in the event horizon of a collapsing galaxy, or suspending you in time to be used as a scarecrow.
Fortunately, Gallifrey wasn't destroyed. It turns out the Doctor, all of the Doctors, saved the Time Lords, but just forgot about it until time could catch up to them. It's complicated.
Still, even their biggest L turned out to be a dub in disguise. That's how you know you're fantastic.
But a Doctor's job is never finished. Without witness, without reward, you'll never know when they'll show up to save the day. But if you happen to be up against the Doctor, there's really only one thing you can do. Run.
Pretty much.
This video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
It's that.
Also, funny story. The Doctor. Yeah, crazy feat as well. That's literally what some like. There's a reoccurring joke in Doctor Who where it's like, you know that meme where it's like, yeah, Google me. That's like unironically like a running gag in Doctor Who, where it's like there was an entire alien invasion that appeared, and the Doctor was like, yeah, just look me up. And then they immediately fucked off. like it's like a reoccurring joke within the series. It's like, and that's ultimately how he wins against so many people. He's like, yeah, why don't you let someone else try?
Time of year again. The weather's getting colder. The days are getting shorter. It's the seasonal blues.
I fucking love this character so much.
Shut the fuck up, Morty! I knew Time Lords were suicidal morons, but I didn't know they never invented rearview mirrors.
Are you sick? You're
He sounds exactly like him. Whoever did the voices for this episode are incredible. Hold on, we need to watch it from start to finish. I'm gonna enjoy every second of this.
Oh, jeez, Rick. It was my fault. Shut the fuck up, Morty! I knew Time Lords were suicidal morons, but I didn't know they never invented rearview mirrors.
Are you sick? You're the one who hit me. Oh, go on, I'm busy.
I fucking love it. They sound so accurate. Please say it's not AI. Please say it's like actual voice actors that are just beyond goated at like voice acting, like doing impersonations. Like, he sounds exactly like the Doctor.
Bitch, he's
and to be fair, the Rick voice actor's doing a good job as well.
Ignoring me? Holy, it was shit. Keep Morty safe.
What are you... Uh-oh.
It's actual voice actors, they are not getting paid enough. If it's actual voice actors, they are incredibly talented, and I hope that they're living their best life. When was this made? Last year? Oh wait, I think apparently I commented on this video. I don't remember this. Assuming that that is me and not a knockoff.
No, 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 no! Oh, what did they do to you?
What the fuck? I've not seen Rick and Morty in ages.
Right, fine. Queensbury rules? Bit of Venusian karate?
Keep quipping, asshole. Maybe you'll find a good joke on the ground next to your teeth.
On guard!
The fucking spoon.
Oh, this place looks fun. Do they have a little shop? I like little shops.
God damn it, the fucking references. Holy shit. The sun! That's amazing.
Well, blink as much as you can. They're scared of rapid movement.
No, Doctor, that's not how that works.
Motherfucker.
How the fuck does Rick survive that? Bro, what an absolute troll. That's amazing. I want to watch that again.
Well, blink as much as you can. They're scared of rapid movement.
Motherfucker.
I think that's the most bullshit thing about this entire fight so far. The fact that he survives that. Like, the Weeping Angels are, like, so fast, they can even catch the Doctor off guard. And they, like, don't fuck around. Like, they just snap your neck instantly. They either snap your neck, or they just, like, transport you back in time, and then they just feast off of your temporal energy. Like, I think that's the fucking sun in the back. I can't take this episode seriously. This is everything I wanted and more. Like, this is, like, an amazing birthday present. Man, it's such a beautiful image, genuinely. Like, say what you want about Deathbattle, but it's like, they're getting better and better when it comes to these, the fights themselves. What the fuck is happening here?
What?
Oh, that's gonna piss him off. What the fuck? I need to rewatch Rick and Morty, like, what the fuck is this? It's like a nightmare come to life.
Oh, you brilliant old girl. Switching rooms around. Fantastic.
Come on, Doctor. How the fuck was there a portal on it? Uh-oh. Well.
It's fun to be the class clown till you get shot.
What the fuck? It's so good.
I got a grandson waiting on me. He won't die an idiot like you.
I know your type. The nihilist know-it-all. But through all this wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey rubbish, there's one thing you never quite understood.
Come on, you gotta regenerate, dude.
I'm the Doctor, and I don't want to go.
Holy shit. The fuck? Such an incredibly, like, creative fight.
Quite an impressive craft, Morty. You built it yourself?
I guess so.
Then you've got a bright future ahead. Don't be a cynic.
For fuck's sakes. Of course he just leaves Morty to just chill in space.
If you forget me, I'll haunt your ass.
Who the fuck are you?
That's like the best way for him to end that fight, is just to be actually the one thing that would have made that better is if he took Morty into the TARDIS and was like, do you want to come with me? Because if you do, then I should warn you. That would have been the man.
Oh, live by
Bruh, that was I think that was possibly the best episode that I've ever seen from Screw Attack. Like, everything from the fight itself to the voice acting, like, everything was just sheer perfection.
Portal, die by the portal.
Let's break this down. First off, Rick and the Doctor could both dodge lasers, making them pretty even, so neither could reliably win a quick draw.
Also, neither have shown any consistent signs of strength all that different from an above-average human.
The Doctor could
I mean, I guess. It's like the Doctor has, like, moments where... I feel like the Doctor has, like, outliers of physical strength. It's like, It's like when he, trapped that it's like Deathbattle brought this up earlier, where he, like, trapped, some dude in, like, chains forged from, like, a dying star. It's like, that shit would be heavy. Like, those chains would be insanely heavy. And the Doctor was able to, like, carry them with one hand. So it's like, he has moments where he has absolute bullshit strength, but it's not consistent, so fair enough.
A superhuman strength boost.
Usually he's, like... Usually the Doctor is, like, way beyond the strength of a human, like, immediately after he regenerates. Because, like, here he's able to break down a metal door. The fourth Doctor, like, split a brick in half with, like, a karate chop. It's, like, it's not, like, crazy feats of strength, I know, but it's, like, it is what it is.
During regeneration, but that is fairly incidental. So as far as physical ability is concerned, neither
He's literally fighting fucking Robin Hood with a spoon. I love it.
Significant edge.
But when it comes to weapons, Rick had way more deadly killing machines, a lot of which could wipe out whole planets, galaxies, and more. If he could get the jump on the Doctor, he'd have a good chance of winning.
Of course, there's similar speeds meant he probably wasn't getting that opportunity. There's no denying his firepower was superior overall, but that still had to contend with the Doctor's technology.
Yeah, despite all of Rick's crazy inventions, most of which could kill a normal person instantly, the Doctor matched or countered pretty much all of it.
Being a Time Lord meant he could resist.
So I was gonna say as well, he has like that crappy gun which like erases you from time and space. It's like I'm fairly certain that counters a lot of Rick's weapons.
Any time warping trickery Rick threw at him, and the sonic screwdriver could hack and even destroy nearly everything Rick had. The Sonic has even disabled teleportation and time travel technology before, making it more than capable of hijacking Rick's portal gun, which has been hacked in the past.
With that gun,
he just throws him into a fucking portal and gets blended. That's amazing.
Was kind of a sitting duck.
Operation Phoenix makes killing Rick permanently almost impossible. But the Doctor's reality-altering tech like the DMAT meant there would be no Rick left to upload to a new body at all, effectively ending the fight in a single shot. And that was hardly the only reality-warping super weapon the Doctor had access to. The Doctor's technology presented a clear advantage.
Now let's talk shit.
Yeah, it's like the fucking... If you're giving the Doctor the moment, it's like I don't really see what Rick's doing.
This one's pretty clear-cut. The space cruiser was a deadly machine that towed a solar system, but the TARDIS single-handedly held off a universe-destroying event. That's an edge for the Doctor.
But perhaps most important of all was their experience and intelligence.
Rick mastered space and time to the point of becoming a veritable god. But you could say the same for the Doctor, who is way older. It's kind of like the Doctor has been Rickin' for many times longer than Rick himself.
And when push comes to shove, the Doctor is just as experienced of a warrior as Rick ever was, if not more so.
11 spent 900 years battling Daleks, Cybermen, Sontarans, and more on Trenzalore and came out on top.
And don't forget how quickly the Doctor can formulate, calculate, and initiate plans.
It's so funny when they said 11, because my immediate thought was Stranger Things. And then I was like, oh wait, no, they're talking about the 11th Doctor. God damn it.
Like when he dodged half a dozen rays and improvised thousands of calculations in his head to siphon the ray's energy into a teleporter, all in a matter of nanoseconds.
Rick usually relies on being the smartest guy in the room. When he's forced to battle people at his own level, he's often outsmarted, like with the Prime Rick or, gasp, a Morty.
Rick was a formidable genius, but the Doctor's incredible technology, unmatched intelligence, and thousands of years of experience gave him the win.
Ah, geez. I bet Rick was absolutely mortified to lose.
The winner is the Doctor.
Doctor Who. Rift, what do you think was wrong with the Eggman and Bowser fight? I feel like they... I don't know. I feel like there was... Like, the thing that I've noticed with, what's his face? yeah, the issue that I have with Screw Attack is they usually try, giving very specific reasons for why characters lose. And it's like, they did that with the Bowser and Eggman thing, where it's like, oh, Eggman's an asshole, whereas Bowser's army have teamwork. It's like, okay, but like, Eggman's army, like, all works for him. And it's like, he could just give Sage complete control over the army. It's like, I don't really know how that would matter. Like, I feel like they... It's like, yeah, especially since, like, the only example of someone rebelling against Eggman is, like, Metal Sonic and maybe Gamma? I can't think of Emerald as well. I can't remember if he was an Eggman creation. But it's like, 100 Riffs versus 5 Gorillas. Oh, dear. I feel like I'd take the L, not gonna lie. I don't know what 100 Riffs is gonna do. Omega as well. I mean, Omega was made for a very specific purpose, though. And to be fair, it was Eggman's fault that Omega, like, revolted against him. Scooby-Doo versus Courage the Cowardly Dog. What the fuck? Like, who comes up with these fights, genuinely? And why do they get so many fucking views? Since 1 Rift versus 1,000 Gorillas. Oh dear. I think you guys are gassing me up there a bit too much. It's like, this little chap would have no issues. You got Blaze versus Starfire. See, the interesting thing about I'll watch Blaze versus Starfire, but, like, I'm not really... I don't really know much about either character, to be honest. Like, I don't really know shit about Starfire, to be honest. Fucking hell, it's 50 minutes in length? What the fuck? Josh Scorcher. Where is that name familiar? What have you made, sir? Human. What have you made? Haha, that's where I know you from. Yes, that is where I know you from. I remember now. I remember who you are. Human. I remember. I was gonna say, like, I genuinely could not remember where I knew him from. And I should point out, I feel like the Doctor beats... I feel like the Doctor probably would lose to... Like, if we're doing composite Sonic versus composite 100 Axioms versus 1 Gorilla, yeah, you solo, dude. I feel like, coming back to Sonic versus the Doctor, assuming that you're using composite Sonic against, like, base form Doctor Who, I feel like Sonic probably would win that. Probably. Like, if you're giving him, like comp Sonic, so, like, he's, like, got his Starfall transformation, he's got all the shit he has from the Archie comics, he probably would beat the Doctor. Maybe. But I'm not sure about comp Sonic. Because, like, obviously if you comp the Doctor, he just gets way more crazy. But, yeah, we'll have a look at the... What the fuck is this? Top 10 mothers. I mean, he does top 10 content. He's basically top 10... God, okay, well, I was about to say he's a better watch merger, but then when I saw that title, I'm like, not sure. Let's skip to the end though, like the outcome at least, if they do that. Yeah, here. We'll have a cheeky little look.
I hope so too.
And this is why you shouldn't try to hug cats, but wow, that fight was nuts. Are both...
What the fuck? Is this literally like a Deathbattle clone? Really? Huh, cool.
Are them actually capable of all that?
Well, yes. While Blaze had more advantages in the fight overall, these two were equal in a surprising amount of ways.
When they say Starfire, then yeah, it is from DC. I was gonna say, like, that design threw me for a loop for a second.
Skills and power sets bounce so well off each other that this was honestly pretty tricky to figure out. So let's go through the relevant categories one by one. How do they fare in the speed department?
Both can
I mean, I feel like speed is kind of a no-brainer, because, like, Blaze is comparable to Sonic. It's like Rush Sonic should scale significantly above Adventure Sonic. Adventure Super Sonic, who should be comparable to Generation's base Sonic. So it's like...
hail from universes.
So I feel like Speed going to Blaze is kind of a no-brainer. It's like, I don't really know shit about Starfire. It's like, the only thing... Did you watch it? I haven't watched the fight itself. I'm just skipping to the, to the conclusion, if you like, to see their reasoning. It's like, I don't really know shit about Starfire. The last time I saw Starfire was in the animated movies, where she tried taking on Wonder Woman and got fucked. But, like, that was Trigon Wonder Woman, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, Starfire's strong, but she's not, like, Justice League level strong. From, like, my understanding, anyways.
Is known for their insane speed feats, but Starfire consistently struggles to keep up with higher tier DC fighters.
I was gonna say, yeah, like, she's not even, like, on Superboy's level, I'm fairly certain.
Highball her interstellar travel feats, she can't keep up with Blaze's teleportation.
I feel like Starfire versus Captain Marvel might have been a more interesting fight, to be honest. It's like, because like, people put Captain Marvel against Supergirl, but Supergirl would one-shot Captain Marvel. Like, Supergirl's broken. I feel like Starfire versus Captain Marvel would have been better.
Outspeeding Knuckles or moving in spaces unbound by time. In fact, Starfire's best showing of speed comes from Teen Titans Go.
We're not kidding. Apparently this Starfire did jumping jacks so fast that she nearly disrupted the space-time continuum. However, she wasn't fully in control and
What's the best order to play the Sonic games? Play them in whatever order you want, dude. Because at the end of the day, people have different preferences for stuff.
To hear Robin telling her to stop, which means she wasn't fully out of sync with the normal flow of time. The fairest interpretation is that she approached immeasurable speed but didn't quite reach it.
Even if she did, Blaze has multiple feats of directly
Avon Spidey! Hey, you've got the Spider-Man MTV as your profile picture. That is instant poggers. I can't believe I said poggers. Fuck Twitch. That is instant respect from me because MTV Spider-Man is goated. It's good to have you here, dude. How you doing?
Achieving immeasurable speed on...
I just realised, where the fuck? Oh. One moment. Forgot that. What a tub of Pringles. I forgot the thing that I need to stay alive. That being watered. But yeah, I feel like speed is a no-brainer. I feel like Blaze gets that.
On her own and scaling to it via Sonic. Yeah. Even with the small boost from the Blue Lantern ring, Starfire can't reliably compete with Burning Blaze.
Sure, Starfire's managed to hit one or two DC characters who could supposedly achieve immeasurable speed, but they clearly weren't going their fastest during these incidents. Admittedly, comparing any two fighters' immeasurable speed feats does get into weird and cerebral territory. While our combatants are in the same ballpark, Blaze just has more consistently high showings, and she doesn't need a multi-week nap after going that fast. Point for Blaze.
Both Blaze and Starfire have surprising...
Who do you think is more skilled between the two of them? I think that's interesting. See, again, it's like... I would possibly say Blaze again. Because it's like, Starfire's no joke, but she is basically just a shit Wonder Woman in terms of skill. Like, the Tamaranians aren't as... or the Tamarans or whatever. They're not as powerful as the Amazons. It's like they're younger, they're not as experienced. And they're not as good fighters. So it's like, Starfire is basically just a crap Wonder Woman. No disrespect, like, Wonder Woman's top tier when it comes to fighting. But, like, Blaze was pretty even with Sonic. And Sonic is described as being like a master combat. I don't know, actually. I feel like this is where they're close. I'd possibly say Blaze.
Similarity.
Oh, I feel like it could go either way.
When it comes to
because, like, I don't know shit about Starfire. Like, she could very well be better than I'm giving her credit for.
instincts and strategic thinking. They often defer to their teammates for plans, but both have shown they can cleverly think around a problem when needed. Both also have tempers that can create openings for their opponents. But that's where the similarities end, and Starfire demonstrates her clear advantage.
While Blaze has taken steps to mitigate her acrophobia, if she's caught off guard, her concentration can waver and cause her to get blindsided more easily. Also, Blaze's techniques and fighting style are extremely telegraphed and showy, making them quite predictable compared to Starfire. While Blaze has trained for years to be the Soul Emerald's guardian, that was mostly done on her own. Corey has formal combat training with the Okarans, on top of years scrimmaging with the team to prepare for anything related to battle. Point for Starfire.
Experience isn't as cut and dry as you might think. Starfire has many more examples of fighting dozens of diverse, multiversal level enemies, whereas with Blaze, you can count those types of foes on one hand. That we've seen anyway. However, when it comes to comparing their win-loss records, Corey comes up a bit short.
But hold on, there's nuance to this. Yes, Starfire loses all the time, and that's really annoying from a narrative standpoint. And from a fan standpoint. But look at the—
Hey, Vegeta, how you doing? Who wins, Jason or Michael Myers? Oh boy, that is interesting. Fuck knows. They're both amazing, but I don't know. I just don't really scale that. The one thing that I do know about Jason and Michael Myers is that they're a hell of a lot more powerful than people give them credit for.
She loses to people like Orion, Mongol, and Wonder Woman. She got her teeth kicked in, sure, but the fact that she fought them and didn't die should not be discounted.
Yeah, to say that Blaze—
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually, because it's like Mongol as well. It's like he's literally a Superman villain. So it's like being able to survive against Mongol is pretty impressive.
is more experienced based on that would just be disingenuous. Plus, Corey has fought plenty of foes like Blaze. Vice versa, not so much, but she still faced a pretty significant number of foes. Tough call, but Starfire gets a slight edge here.
That's fair.
Starfire had a lot of natural counters to Blaze and
Jason. It's, yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Jason wins. Like, again, like, I feel like, people, I don't know shit about Archie Sonic, nor do I care, so I'm not the person you want to ask. Who wins, the Doctor or Sonic? See, that's annoying. Like, the Doctor versus Sonic is just insane. I'd have to really think about that matchup, because, like, off the top of my head, I genuinely don't know. But it's like, I think the problem with, you guys know who Danko is, right? It's like, Danko, like, he unironically thinks that, like, the horror characters are fodder. So it's like, he thinks that, like, he unironically thinks that the Punisher would beat, like, Michael Myers. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Fairly certain he said that Captain America would beat Jason as well. I'm like, there's no fucking way.
extra arsenal.
Puffer versus the Doctor, now there's a fight.
Her powerful mental resistance could resist the confusion and stun items, and even though the Indigo Wisp could easily nullify her Starbolts, Corey's insane durability would allow her to resist being turned into mulch.
While the Blue Lantern Ring could potentially heal Starfire or supercharge her regular powers with a surge of positive emotion like hope, a Blue Lantern's usual augmentations are severely hampered in a mono-e-mono fight like this because it requires a Green Lantern Ring in close proximity to reach its full potential. Without that, the most it's able to provide is a small power boost and simple energy constructs.
And while Starfire's no slouch with strategy or creativity, we don't know how effective she'd actually be.
Not gonna lie, I feel like you guys are way too liberal with the term boundless. Like, the amount of times I see boundless in the chat, like, I feel like you guys are way too liberal with that term.
Those constructs without a lot of speculation. Thanks, Hal. Ultimately, the Soul Emeralds gave Blaze an edge that Starfire didn't really have an answer to, except for maybe one, her absorption ability.
Starfire has managed to absorb several unusual kinds of energy, but it has its limitations. She can't absorb her own
The Kryptonian Starfire absorbed solar energy was from a weaker than Superman. The process took more time than Blaze would allow. Additionally, since she's often defeated by Superman, it's likely that... Yeah, I think that's fair.
Starbolts, and despite her name and that it's literally coming off her hair, Starfire has actually never been shown to absorb fire. Yes, fire can sometimes emit ultraviolet light, but that very much depends on the fuel source, and considering that Blaze's flames are red and they shoot out of her soul, it's unlikely Starfire would be able to absorb ultraviolet energy from them, or the energy of the soul emeralds, which are tied to that element.
I feel like Blaze could probably absorb Starfire's fire. Maybe. Hey Redman, how you doing? We're just watching some videos. Ouch.
Arguendo that Starfire can absorb the Soul Emerald's energy, there was way too much that could go wrong from that. Star could fall unconscious from the foreignness of the energy, or explode from the sheer amount of multiversal power, or the Soul Emeralds refusing to play nice. Blaze, on the other hand, could just quickly dip into another dimension for a safe recharge. Or, since Starfire and Blaze are so similar, given that Blaze was able to seal Iblis within her based on merely a connection to flames, it's almost 100% likely that Blaze would just seal Starfire away within her own soul, immediately, and anticlimactically.
I don't see that happening, especially since when she did that, it kind of came at the cost of her own life, I'm assuming. Do you know what? We should do Blaze versus Sonic, like, in better depth. Or maybe, like, Blaze versus Shadow. Or something like that. I feel like Blaze just doesn't get enough love. It's the same thing with Metal Sonic. Like, Blaze, Metal Sonic, and Silver just don't get enough love, in comparison to Sonic and Shadow.
Ending the fight.
Oh, it actually gets worse for Starfire. While she has strong resistance to mental manipulation, Starfire has consistently shown no resistances to spiritual or physical manipulation, including transmutation, meaning Blaze
turned her into a fucking gat.
Bring time to turn Starfire into a ring. Yeah, I know, it's underwhelming, but Blaze has far too many achievable ways to debilitate Starfire or instantly end the fight, several of which she doesn't need to be in burning Blaze form to accomplish.
Blaze versus Shadow. Yeah, Blaze versus Shadow, like, I think makes more sense than Sonic versus Shadow at this point. Weirdly. It's a... Like, I don't know, like, Blaze versus Shadow could actually be pretty awesome. But it is what it is.
Hold on again, there's nuance to this one too.
I feel like the problem for Blaze is she just doesn't have that much feat. Like, I feel like you'd have to put Game Sonic against Archie Blaze in order to make it, like, somewhat entertaining. Because it's like, in the games at least, Blaze just doesn't have the feats.
Blaze has these abilities, they aren't her preferred options. She usually relies on brute force, with strategic thinking as a backup plan. It might take time for her to realize that she needs her more obscure powers to pull out the win, which could favor Starfire. Except Starfire shares a similar approach. Additionally, Blaze has shown increasing willingness to adapt and use her other abilities to buy time when needed. Blaze takes a strong edge in abilities.
But assuming Blaze doesn't get any chances to...
Blaze versus Bowser? Oh, I won't go that far. I don't think Blaze is that strong. Like, Bowser is pretty insane. Like, I feel like the only Sonic characters that are, like, the, like, friend group, I feel like the ones that could possibly beat Bowser is, like, Sonic and Eggman. Could Shadow do it? I think the reason why I'm skeptical about Shadow is the fact that he doesn't have, like, Hyper Shadow, or he doesn't have, like, Super Shadow 2 or anything like that, or Starfall Shadow. It's like he only has his super form, whereas, like, Sonic has, like, more transformations that go beyond Super Sonic. That's the only reason why I'm kind of, like, hesitant to say Shadow. Other than that, though, like, if you gave Shadow, like, a stronger transformation, yeah, he would be a threat to Bowser.
To instantly end the fight, can she actually overpower Starfire?
Hey, Praise Akoli's back.
Well, let's take a look at both our combatants' most cited stalemates.
Silver? See, again, Silver just doesn't have the appearances or the feats. Like, that's again, it's like, there's a lot of characters within the Sonic games that could very well pose a threat to Bowser and shit, but it's like, they just don't have the feats.
While Sonic and Blaze can be comfortably put on the same level, Corey and Diana can't. Not only was Corey on the back foot with Wonder Girl's help, Diana was holding back and was about to cut loose before they were interrupted. Against a serious Wonder Woman, Starfire's gonna lose. Hard. Which is so not fair.
Starfire's incredible strength and durability varies greatly due to a multitude of factors, so her stats are tricky to lock down. The time Starfire held her own against other high-powered characters in the DC universe, such as Sinestro, Firestorm, or hell, even Superman, this is often due to unusual circumstances.
Well, I was gonna say as well, it's like, that's Injustice Superman. It's like, who's significantly weaker than the, yeah, Blaze versus Knuckles, that could also be a pretty good one.
Such as her opponents holding back immensely, or they were weakened, subdued, or distracted by other fighters. Whether on her own or on a team, she's lost a fair few times against weaker characters in her universe.
But to be fair, that's usually because Starfire holds back too, and because 50 years of writers are always on the same page. Sure, Starfire's scaling is different since most of her feats involve losing, but even downscaling from those losses...
Silver should scale to Shadow, I think. I feel like Shadow is still more powerful than Silver. I don't think that's too much of a hot take.
Still likely put her at multiversal. In fact, a relatively safe scaling chain through Connor Kent, a weakened Superboy Prime, and a weakened Anti-Monitor puts her near infinite multiverse. Close, though not quite. Can Blaze actually top that?
Turns out, she can. While we don't see much of Burning Blaze, it is shown to be directly comparable to Supersonic, which is on a ridiculous level of power. Emerald Superforms have defeated super-dimensional gods, which could erase all timelines and dimensions in the infinite Sonic cosmology. Twice! Or foes who could create infinite dimensions. Heck, Blaze was able to directly defeat guys who could create dimensions transcending dimensions. Twice!
Even though he needed...
Completely forgot about the Egg Salamander and the Egg Wizard, but yeah, he's not wrong there. Holy shit, these guys are pretty fucking strong.
Some help, Sonic could still defeat the End, a being claiming to be infinite compared to all of Sonic's adversaries, including Solaris and the Time Eater.
Ooh, I wouldn't. Oh, using end scaling. I'm very reluctant to do that, considering Sonic had help and also considering in one ending he had help. And technically he failed to stop the End, because we needed the Supreme Titan to basically beat the End. And then in Final Horizons, like, Supersonic was incapable of stopping the End. So I'd be very reluctant to scale Burning Blaze to the End.
Even if we don't...
Like, that's wank, in my opinion.
Take the End at its word, you know, it's kind of a biased source. Burning Blaze still matches the tier of infinite multiverse.
I feel like Burning Blaze could probably take on a Titan. Like, in a 1v1. What do you guys think? Do you reckon Burning Blaze could take on, like, Wyvern or Giganto or something like that? I mean, if she's comparable to Supersonic and she has, like, a similar power creep to Sonic, then yeah, she should be able to. I think the problem with it, though, is that, like, it's literally just speculation. Like, there's no okay, basically everyone says yes. Aside from one. Now, I feel like Super Shadow could probably take on a Titan. It's weird though. Like, again, there's just no feats. You're basically going off of statements as well as showcases from like earlier games.
Versus Starfire's, at best, almost infinite multiverse. In a cosmic sort of way, one is...
I really like the breakdowns that Josh is doing. Like, this breakdown is way better than Screw Attack. It's like there's no cringy commentary, and like they're actually like breaking it down in detail.
Technically...
Puffer versus Jeff, the Land Shark. Bro, they would just join forces, I feel like.
Bigger than the other?
If the End wasn't just gassing itself up, then that would make a single Chaos Emerald Superform, which, again, a Soul Emerald Superform matches, at minimum, more powerful than several infinities combined. And
I mean... yeah?
all of this is just from
Didn't
the
think about it
video
like that.
games. If we calculated her power using feats from the Archie comics...
it would bump Blaze up in power, but it would actually be an overall downgrade. It didn't showcase anything on the level of Supersonic's reality warping feats, despite them technically being capable of the same things. Archie Blaze's fire also requires oxygen, unlike Game Blaze, whose fire can burn underwater. She also loses. A lot. two really weak enemies.
She lost to Rouge.
Scepter got a significant
Oh,
power
dear.
boost as it actually protected her dimension from the Super Genesis wave, literally rewriting their infinite multiverse's reality. So there's that, I guess.
Either way, it doesn't really matter. Blaze takes this one too. Maybe we're totally off our rockers and underestimating Starfire's power, especially with the Blue Lantern Ring's boost. I'm very much on that side. But even then, it wouldn't change anything because she still can't outspeed Blaze or counter all of her win conditions. We were honestly expecting the result to be the other way around, especially me, considering Corey is Flame Princess Superman and Blaze is Flame Princess Sonic.
Almost. While Blaze...
Flame Princess Superman? No, she's Flame Princess Wonder Woman. You kidding me? Corey isn't Superman.
is on par with Sonic in their narrative.
Blaze low diff forces Starfire into another dimension. Ring time, mid diff, soul stealing erases the battery, kills Starfire before Burning Blaze runs out. High diff forces Burning Blaze to run out and kills her before she recharges. Kills Blaze before she can transform. I don't see how do you lose to Rouge? I don't know. She managed though. Ow. Fucking wrist.
Narrative. In pretty much every DC continuity, Starfire isn't on par with Superman. She says so herself. In fact, Starfire has openly admitted multiversal and/or godlike entities like Sinar, the Demiurge, and Darkseid are out of her league and should be handled by others such as Superman or the Green Lantern Corps. That's not to say.
I mean, yeah, like Darkseid requires like the whole Justice League usually.
She's weak. Far from it. She's just a...
Also, I really hate these motherfuckers. Like, I don't know if this is the case now, but like back, like a few years ago when I only looked at like Marvel and DC stuff, like there was a weird like phenomenon of people who thought that Darkseid was fodder. Like, I don't know how that happened, but like, can we just all appreciate the fact that Darkseid is like busted? Like, I don't know why people act like he's freaking weak, like he's goated.
Relatively small fish in a really, really big pond.
Starfire's feats place her near Blaze's power level at the very least, but not enough to significantly over-
Boom Shadow is above comp Superman. What the fuck are you smoking and where can I get some?
overpower her.
Unless I'm just forgetting Boom Shadow, but like that is an incredibly bold statement, my friend. Yeah, it's like, I don't understand why people say that Darkseid's fucking weak, like...
Or scale that high in the DC hierarchy. Has Star fought characters on that level? Absolutely. But does she scale high enough and reliably enough to make a difference against Blaze and overcome her abilities? Almost, but no.
That's not true at all, no one is stronger than Super Goat. Did Axiom just admit that Superman beats Sonic? Holy shit, I would never have seen the day.
In the end, Blaze's multiple paths to victory and more reliable power set.
Yeah, like, Superman can definitely lose, but when you say comp Superman, like, you're opening an entire new can of worms. Like...
What are we watching here?
Edged out
just stuff.
Oh, yeah. Saw the stream a bit, and...
Starfire's formidable physiology.
I was very happy with the Doctor Who episode. I actually liked that one a lot.
Breadth of experience.
Some stars fade, but at least Corey went out in a blaze of glory.
The winner is Blaze
God
the
damn it.
Cat.
Of course.
I definitely think Blaze and Silver can scale to Sonic if we go by the comics.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those. It's like, I don't disagree with the idea of Blaze scaling to Supersonic or what have you. I just don't like the idea of them scaling her to the end, which is what they did. I'm like,
I don't
no.
agree with them scaling past the end because, again, Sonic needed an amp and help to do that. But
yeah,
against Space Supersonic, they can definitely scale. Because in the IDW comic, Sonic outright admits that if Silver never came back to the past, they would have lost.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Blaze was fighting Metal Overlord in the comics, and she was equally imaging Metal Overlord as much as Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, so you can definitely state Silver and Blaze are equal to Sonic.
I feel like Silver is a cut below Sonic.
I don't think so, because again, Sonic
Are we,
outright
are we talking
without
the game?
Silver's
Well,
existence.
hold on. Are we talking about the games?
Well, no, we're talking about the IDW comics. And IDW
Oh, I don't know
comics, Sonic
shit about the
outright-
comics. That's different then.
Yeah, in
I
the
was going to
comics,
say the
Sonic
games.
outright admits without Silver, they would have entirely lost, and that was including Supersonic.
I don't think Silver's that strong, is he? Well, he's not like Supersonic strong in base.
Oh no! It's basically Sonic implies Silver is base with that statement because he outright states that he can't get rid of the metal virus as Supersonic. Like even as Supersonic, he can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Silver could.
No, fair enough. Do you reckon that's more so because of his hacks rather than his like power?
That might be because of his hacks, but then again, he even says that still refers to base Silver too, because base Silver was not only immune to the virus, but he can directly harm the metal virus robots, whereas Sonic really couldn't.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I don't really like. I feel like if I feel like it would make more sense if like Shadow was the one who was immune to the virus.
You can argue that physically Silver is below Sonic, but like his hacks can overpower.
I think that's fair. But yeah, I was gonna say regarding the fucking metal virus arc, I feel like Shadow should have been the one to be immune to it.
Yeah, which he should have, because they literally stated multiple times in the series that he's immune to every disease. And
Yeah,
so-
they definitely did him dirty with that one story where they basically
So
treated
what,
him.
like,
They
this-
treated him
this
like an
metal virus-
asshole, and he just like ran in and got fucked.
Immune to every disease, and then this metal virus comes up and just negates this disease immunity.
Yeah, like Shadow got done
You
dirty.
gotta think though, if that's the case, wouldn't the metal virus theoretically affect Superman, since Superman is also immune to every disease, but even then it would affect Shadow?
Something like that. I haven't looked at a lot of Superman stuff in recent memory, but you're not wrong. Yeah, I just think it's I just think when people say that Silver can beat Sonic in the games, I think that's when I draw the line. Because it's like pretty much, like even in 06, it's like Sonic was pretty much shown to be stronger.
Well, I mean, if Silver is relative in speed, if he has just more hacks, he can definitely pull his own against Sonic.
Because it's like I feel like unless I'm just like forgetting something, I feel like Silver's never had like a fair 1v1 like W against Sonic.
Well, in 06 he did originally beat Sonic in his own version of the game, but like he only backshotted Sonic as Sonic tried to run away. But in their fight, he was winning.
But it's like in the Sonic campaign, which shows like all of the context for that fight. It's like Sonic beat Silver, and it's like Silver cheap-shotted Sonic, and that's when the perspective of Silver's campaign begins. It's like after he cheap-shotted Sonic. And then obviously he cheap-shots him again when Sonic's like trying to run away.
But then again, Silver afterwards was fighting Shadow equally, and Shadow had to use the Chaos Emerald to get the upper advantage.
I mean, you're not wrong. They did kind of stalemate, but I feel like Shadow was shown to be the stronger one of the two.
Probably. I mean, again, you can definitely argue physically he's weaker than Shadow and Sonic, but like his hacks mix up for that.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like yeah, and then you have like the later games where it's even worse. It's like Generations. Silver lost like
Silver can fly and make force fields with his telekinesis, whereas Sonic and Shadow can't do that.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong, but it's just in terms of like raw power and speed. I think he's a cut below the two of them. It's like again against like Infinite as well. It's like Silver wasn't
Unless
very
you're
useful.
arguing Archie. If you're arguing Archie Silver, he actually is supersonic level.
It's mostly just the games version.
Yeah, but if you go by Archie, because these guys use Archie Blaze in some of their statements, and so if we're gonna go Archie Silver, he is relative to supersonic. He beat Enerjack, who's a supersonic threat.
That's fascinating. That's interesting. It's good that
apparently Archie Silver exists outside of time and space.
It's good that Silver got some respect in the comics, at least. Is your arm okay? It's not, like, terrible. It's just, like, whenever I try to pick things up, it like, really hurts. It's like yesterday when I was at work, I was basically off my tits on painkillers, just so I could get through the day. And tomorrow it's probably gonna be the same. It's like tomorrow I'm doing, what was it? I think 12:30 until 9 o'clock tomorrow, something like that. Rift, are you gay? Just such a random question. No, I'm not gay.
Also, for
I
people
sometimes
saying
act
that
gay, but I promise I'm not gay.
Also, for people saying that it's capped that Archie Silver is supersonic level, he literally held Super Scourge back for a limited amount of time.
He sounds pretty strong in the comics. If anything, it sounds like it's Shadow who gets done dirty in the comics.
Yeah, like and Super Silver, no, not Super Silver. Base Silver picked up the entire Sonic cast, including Shadow, and none of them could break out. Shadow said he could, but that's probably just ego boasting.
That's fair. No, I'm Christian. Fair enough.
So yeah, you can definitely make Archie Silver a supersonic threat in his base form.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is pretty impressive considering the scaling Archie Sonic has already, and Silver just solos with his base.
When you scale OVA Sonic, I mean, based on calculations for his feats, you can get him to like City Plus pretty casually. Like relativistic speed, possibly higher.
It's kind of weird.
Enough to beat Homelander, that's for fucking sure.
It's kind of weird though, because Metal has stated that he was going to destroy the entirety of the ice caps, which is going to destroy the entire planet.
I'm fairly certain there are like country level metas for Metal Sonic, like the ice cap statements. Like it would be calced to like country level or some shit. But
considering they were to destroy the entire planet, you can definitely argue like country level minimum.
Yeah, something like that. Riff, which Sonic game has the most good songs? So you can't pick your favorite song and choose that game. Is the Wait, what?
The most good.
The most good? So not my favorite. We're talking about which one has the most good songs.
Like objectively, which one has the best without favoritism?
Which one has the most good?
That's a good question, actually.
I mean, right out of the gate, 06 springs to mind, but that's... Like, when you say good songs, do you mean, like, vocal tracks, or do you mean, like, just general soundtrack?
They probably mean in general, because they said no favoritism.
Well, no, but I mean, like, do they mean, like, just the vocal tracks, or are they including, like, the OST as well?
They said general. I'll look at the chat. People are saying general.
Maybe Sonic Adventure 1. I don't know. Like, that's a really good one. I mean, it's very difficult to fuck up a Sonic soundtrack. Sonic Colors springs to mind, Sonic Unleashed. Sonic and the Secret Rings has a pretty good one. Generations, both of them.
Though, to be fair, Generations soundtrack mainly is just as, you know, same music.
I will say Heroes. Heroes has a really good one.
What I'm Made Of is just timeless, dude.
Yeah, like, literally every single one of the vocal tracks in that game is great. Most of the level themes are also great.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with saying Heroes. It's sad we can't say Unleashed, because Unleashed doesn't have like many great musics. I mean, it's still good music every now.
I like Unleashed music, but for different reasons. Like, I just like it because of it. Like, it adds to like the atmosphere, because like every song fits the location in the world. But
then there's the Werehog theme that just blasts in your ear.
Which is the shame, and that is something that Recompiled fixed.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Werehog theme isn't even that bad, it's just spammed.
Yeah, like, it's actually a pretty decent track. Like, there's a lot of layers to it, but it's just... See,
spam so much in your goddamn ear that you just hate it.
See, the reason why I wouldn't say Sonic Adventure 2, Jonah, which I just saw, is because I feel like Adventure 2, like, for me, it's the exact opposite of Unleashed, where it's like, Unleashed had music that fit the stages, but it's like, Adventure 2 had, like, music that fit the characters. So it's like, Sonic and Shadow had rock, Knuckles had, like, rap, What's-Her-Face, Rouge had, like, jazz. And it just felt, after a while, like, the music just felt really repetitive. Like, there was a couple of exceptions, like, obviously City Escape is pretty fucking iconic. But it's like, imagine if you were, like, new to the, like, if you were to play Crazy Gadget, Final Rush, and Final Chase, like, I guarantee I would not be able to identify which is which. Like, they just all sound so similar to me. Like, I think that, and the same can be said for, like, literally every single track for Tails and Eggman. I could not identify any of them. Like, they just all sound the same. And it's not even bad music, either. Like, the tracks are good. I just couldn't, like, identify them. Like, the music is really good, but I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why I prefer Adventure 1's soundtrack overall. Because, like, I feel like the level tracks are a bit more, like... a bit more iconic. But it's like, Mania has a really good one as well. Again, it's really difficult to get a Sonic soundtrack wrong. Like, I feel like my least favorite soundtracks in the series would probably be, like, Shadow 05, Forces, and maybe Frontiers. But, like, I still love songs from, like, all of them. Like, Frontiers has, like, god-tier vocal tracks. It's just, I think everything else is kinda about Frontiers.
Yeah, especially the Titan themes.
Yeah, like, that's what I mean. Like, the Titan themes are goated. But it's like, I don't really think the island music is very good. Like, the cyberspace music is a bit forgettable. But it's like, even the worst Sonic soundtracks still have, like, really good tracks. It's like Forces. It has, like, Infinite's theme and Fist Bump.
Sometimes Frontiers, the overworld music. I said overworld, like, what the fuck? No, like, you know, like, the hub world just in general.
Yeah.
It can really set the mood depending on the name scenario.
Maybe. It's like, even Shadow 05's soundtrack, it has, like, I Am All of Me.
Yeah, I Am All of Me, it's fucking...
Yeah, it's like, even like, the less memorable soundtracks still have, like, really good tracks.
And Sonic and... I don't think there's a single Sonic game that doesn't have at least one good music.
That's fair. Who's the most badass Sonic character?
A lot of people would say Shadow, but I'm gonna be honest, not really.
I mean, I feel like it's gotta be either Sonic or Shadow. Maybe. Yeah. Like... Maybe Sonic, actually. Like, he does some really badass shit in Frontiers.
It might be Eggman, because Eggman's a normal human and he's doing all this shit.
Oh yeah, maybe Eggman, actually. That's a good point. Some people say Sonic, some people say Shadow, but deep down,
like,
we all know it's
every
Eggman.
time people ask, how did Eggman do that? Your only response is, he's just that guy.
Yeah, how did Eggman do that? He is that guy.
Yeah,
like, how did he escape being sucked into a black hole? He's that guy. How did he escape the void? He's that guy. How did he escape, like, the Phantom Ruby presumably trapping him in null space? He's just that guy.
How the fuck did he make... and speaking of the Phantom Ruby, how did he make clones of an infinite power gem that rivals the Chaos Emeralds? Because he's just that guy.
And then how did he lose whilst having that power? Like, yeah, he's just that guy.
He's just that guy.
Yeah, it's like, how does he... It's like, how does he create, like, the best power source in the series and then lose with it? He's just that guy.
That's like if Superman created something equal to the anti-life equation and still just loses with that. Like, how the fuck do you do that?
How did he escape white space? He is that guy. Like, you just don't need to overthink it. Now, here's a better question. Right, you know in Sonic Unleashed with the Egg Dragoon boss fight?
Yeah.
So how the hell does Sonic literally yeets his ass into, like, up into the air, And it has like the fucking Pokemon Team Rocket blasting off again, like star twinkle thing. Which implies that Eggman got yeeted out into space. But it's like, Sonic literally threw him into like the bottom of the continent. Like, you can see the rock. It's like, how the hell did he survive that?
He's just that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
He went into space whilst also going into the fucking Earth. And then he came back down, and the exact same thing happened again with Dark Gaia. Just punched him into fucking
I'm not
orbit.
gonna lie. It's definitely Eggman. Eggman's definitely the most badass. He's a normal human doing all this shit.
Yeah, Eggman's just fucking beautiful.
You can't even forget either. Eggman has been able to catch up and just punch Sonic.
He just
himself.
Yeah, it's like fucking. Yeah, it's like in the classic Sonic where he just fucking outruns Sonic. Fucking.
He outruns Sonic in classic. In the Archie comics, he literally just punched the fuck out of Sonic, like socked him in the face. And even in the IDW comics, he grabs Surge. He grabs Surge by the head, holds her up, and points a gun to her head.
Oh.
Like.
Yeah, there's an entire evolution of this.
Infinite power, infinite.
Hold on. Like, look at this man. There's an entire montage of this happening. Like, look at this shit.
He just straight up outruns Sonic.
Yeah, he just even with the spin dash, it's like, this man just cannot be stopped.
And remember, Sonic during the classic era, even then, would have irrelevant speed feeds. Even then,
look at that!
Irrelevant speed.
My man just cannot be stopped.
Eggman canonically has irrelevant speed.
Bullshit, is he a regular human? Bro, he's even outrunning like modern Sonic. Look at that shit. Bro, he is built different. Oh, and again. Fucking Olympic Games. Oh man, could you imagine if we actually used that? Like, that's hilarious.
Like obviously it's a gag.
I might just, unironically, I
seriously.
might do that. I might just put him against Omni-Man and just be like, yeah, Eggman by himself blitzes.
Unironically, because again, classic Sonic has irrelevant speed feeds. And the fact that Eggman can fucking outrun him.
It's like Sonic 4 Episode 1, it's like he still outruns him.
Yeah, that's modern Sonic, arguably faster.
So that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, and again.
And you can't even say that this is a gag, because he outright captures the time meter. And
Yeah, it's like
reprograms it.
it's like he's just so fucking fast.
And he didn't have help. Like in the cutscene of the time meter, he didn't have Metal Sonic or anyone to help him. He just literally found time meter, captured it, and upgraded it by himself.
Fucking. It's just funny, the idea of this fat ass being faster than Sonic. Look at that shit.
I mean, obviously we know that this is like a 90s gag. It's not supposed to be taken seriously.
But
even then, it's funny.
It's brought back, like, even in the 2010s.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. My god, that's... the way he runs, it's just perfect. Oh,
I don't know, Sonic might have to change his title of the fastest thing alive.
Yeah. Fuck you know. No, the most cursed thing. Have you ever played as the... You know the Chow Garden in Adventure 2? Have you ever played as Eggman in the Chow Garden?
I believe so.
Yeah, like, if you tried running around as Eggman, like, that's funny.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Like, Eggman will never not be comical. He'll always find a way to be funny.
He is always gonna be the best character in the series. Like...
Always.
And it's gonna be a sad day for... Unironically, I think the Sonic games could die when Mike Pollock finally retires. Like, or Mike Pollock, or whatever he's called. Like, bro, it'll be such a sad...
They can easily get someone to replace Eggman's voice actor. It's just the character Eggman himself.
It'll be such a sad day when he finally stops doing Eggman. Like, he's
even
not...
though he's
like,
an asshole.
Like, he's not irreplaceable. Like... like, obviously no one's irreplaceable, but like, man.
I don't know about that. The DC's movies, Tony Stark, he's kind of irreplaceable.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Like, as Tony.
But
And, like,
he
no
is.
one can replace Tony, dude.
But oh shit, I've done that wrong. But yeah, with that being said, I think I'm going to call it a day for today, because I'm chilling for the rest of the evening. So thank you for joining us, gentlemen, in VC. I will say goodbye. And for the rest of you in stream, I just want to say thank you very much for being here. We're gonna not be live tomorrow because I have work. However, not sure what we're doing yet for Friday because that's technically the start of the birthday weekend. I think we were gonna do Unleashed from start to finish. I think that was part of the plan. But obviously because of my wrist, like, gaming could be a bit of an issue, but we'll do our best. We have quite a few things planned. We have looking at all of the most controversial IGN Sonic reviews. We have Unleashed start to finish. We have like quite a few other things. Quite a few things planned, yeah. So and I can't wait to see you guys there. And you know, people so far have been incredibly generous with donations, like Bankai and quite a few other people. Like, we've had 16 super chats, which has been absolutely incredible, and I don't deserve any of it. But yeah, thank you very much. Sweet Oil, it's been very good having you here, my dear. You can join the Discord server if you want. And you know what? Since it's nearly my birthday, like, if anyone wants to chat to me, you go for it. Like, I'm a really old fuck, and I don't have many friends. So, if you want to do that, I'm basically someone who works every day and has no social life. So if you want to be friends, go for it. Why not? That being said, take care. Have a good rest of your evening. Have a good day tomorrow doing whatever it is you're doing. And, yes, I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.